All right, good evening. Hello, Quint. How are you? I'm just jotting down some notes. We'll get started here in a few minutes. I'm a little bit early, so hope you're doing well this evening, Quint. Okay. Yeah, right now you are the only one. Um, well, technically I was first, but cheers. By the way, I got a few email notifications from PayPal this evening. Those of you who watch this later, thank you for your support to the live streams. It is greatly appreciated. So, if I remember tonight or tomorrow, I'll send the thank you replies by email. So, again, thank you again, all of you who support the channel through PayPal. All right. So, this is just an open chat for this evening. Whatever you guys want to talk about, technology, anything. Windows, Mac, Chromebooks. I will not be on tomorrow. Tomorrow night evening, I'm going to have a friend of mine we haven't spoken in a while. We're going to do a podcast privately, and then I'll edit it. Probably late tomorrow night. I'll post it Monday. He's a Mr. Consumer. He's not into Facebook or Twitter, and so we're going to get his perspectives on what it's like to be paranoid, what it's like to be paranoid in today's world. Yeah, he's doesn't do. He has an iPhone, a computer, and I think that's it. We text back and forth. Quint, if you want to join, that's fine. I don't have your email. You need to send me an email at totalostoday1@gmail.com. Totalostoday1@gmail.com. And I'll send you a reply. Don't post it here. Keep your email private, please, okay? Um, I'm just looking at the ticker feed, see if anything catches my eye for this evening. Uh, Somebody sent me an email. What am I using right now? Well, Windows 10, of course. I'm using Ubuntu Mate 1810, installed on a solid state drive, which runs superb. It was only supposed to be a test for 1810 because it's only supported for 9 months. But it works. It works beautifully. It's stable. So, you know what? Don't distro hop anymore. So I'm running Ubuntu Mate 1810. Those of you who are interested in what I use. And then sometimes I'll boot into Windows and do something from there. So um, it's been an interesting year for Linux. Chromebooks continue to sell. The prices are right. Linux on the desktop continues to go south in terms of market share, or something that you'll see in everyday houses, at least not this year, but that may change. Um, but yeah, Linux is everywhere, just not on the desktop for the masses. Okay, let's do this. So, all right, Quint, you are welcome to join. Quint, I have a request. Wear a headset. Too much. Some of these lives, there's too much feedback and echo. So please wear a headset. Okay, that's all I ask. Um, Sleepy, how are you? You're having a beautiful. Yeah, it is Sunday for you. Just had lunch with 4 generations of family. Wow. Sleepy, if you want to join, just say yes or no. It's just an open chat because I will not be on tomorrow. I'm not sure about Monday either. So if you want to join this open chat, you're more than welcome. Just say yes or no. I have your email. Cobalt, welcome. Again, if you want to join, all I ask is try to wear a headset if you can to avoid any feedback, or just headphones and maybe a mic, desk mic or whatever, desktop microphone or whatever. Um, Google's Alphabet gives up on rescue robots. Okay. Yeah, I got a notification today, CJ, when there's 4 or 5, 10 people talking without some kind of headsets on each person, it gets it's hard to understand. So yeah, so if you have earbuds, wear the earbuds or a headset if you still want to use your um, mic. If you want to use your webcam mic or whatever, but just wear earbuds to make sure that the speakers are cut off. Too much echo, I guess, which is understandable. If it's only 1 or 2 people, it's not that bad. But we had 10 people on last night. It was a bit much. So yeah. All right, Sleepy, not a problem. You're on the phone. Okay. Somebody suggested I try Ripper X for ripping music off. I think I tried Ripper X for Linux. It didn't work either, or not the way I wanted it to work, or something like that. So yeah, yeah. I'll just use Rhythmbox using FLAC encoder. That's what seems to work. It's kind of slow, but it works. So Tim F is in the house. Yes. I'm the meatball and Tim's the spaghetti. I'm actually chilling tonight, Tim, watching my dad's movie on the 50-inch TV. I had the speakers cranked up, listening to the wonderful music. I mean, I know the script, I know the story after a year and a half now, but I was just chilling tonight to it, and I hooked up my multimedia speakers to the TV and just cranked it up, enjoy the angelic soundtrack. So Tim, you want to join? Or are you busy? I think you were busy. I got your email. So if we have any new people out there, please do say hello. That's why I do these. I'm doing this for you, not for me. Well, I do it for me too. Quint, did you get the email I sent you? If you want to join. Reminder again, I will not be on Sunday, so it's the weather forecast for tomorrow. 40s, heat wave. Not bad. Warm enough to wash the car. You're watching the Peanuts movie. Charlie, you have some kid. You'd rather be in Ohio watching Dad's movie. I hear you, bud. I haven't heard anything new from from Italy, so I'm gonna try and reach my dad tomorrow, see how he's doing. But yeah, I had the speakers cranked. Well, you've heard the soundtrack. I had it cranked up, and it still gives me chills, even a year later. So. All right, of course, we have to go to food talk. We have famous chocolate biscuits called Tim Tams. Okay, Tim Tam.
Hello, Toss.
Well, hello, Quint. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Uh, Let me
So I
say, hang on one second. Can you give a shout out to Albiana? I have to give a shout out. Hi, Albiana. Anyway, hi, Quint.
Hi. So I have a question for you. What is
Shoot.
your news source
My
where you get all your
news.
crazy news from?
Oh, like the news and nonsense stuff.
Yeah.
I'll go to like Yahoo Weird News, Yahoo Odd News, search like Yahoo Odd News or something like that. Usually that. Um, I'll go to UPI.com Odd News, which is United Press International. It's just UPI.com Odd News, or just search that. Those are the two
Okay.
main ones, and then there's one more for car news. I think it's from Autoblog, Weird News, but those are the three.
Okay. Because this is a fun thing that I found. It was in when I was in Texas about a month ago. There was this really weird news channel. It was called News Channel 10,
Mm-hmm.
and the two things that they had on there was one other thing that I can't remember. The two, they had the two funniest things. It was a 2 year old shredded $1,000, and a man gave a squirrel CPR.
I remember the $1,000. The man gave a squirrel. Did it work?
I don't know, I can't remember,
Well,
but
I
it
mean,
was
I
just
like
very
animals
funny.
too, so yeah, yeah. Um, I should have shaved. Oh well.
It's fine.
You guys know I'm friendly. Quint, what do you use? You use Windows, Mac, or Linux?
I have to have a Mac for school,
Cool.
and I'm on my Fedora computer.
Fedora.
Yeah, that's why I can
Wow.
always talk about Fedora in the chat.
Got it. What made you pick Fedora?
I like that it has a you get all the newest packages, and I really like DNF, especially since you don't have to do update and then apt
Hmm.
upgrade.
Okay.
DNF does all that automatically.
As long as it
Here's my
works.
Mac right
Cool.
here.
Is that a MacBook
It's
Pro
a
or?
Yeah, it's a Pro. It's a 2017 Pro, the last model without the T2 chip.
Yeah, one of my friends has one. She's all Apple, iPad, iPhone, because everything syncs all together.
Yeah. I don't really
Uh,
want this, but I have to have it.
it's for school. I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, my son just got one for school. He has a, I think he's got an HP
Yeah.
something like
And
that.
my school requires a Mac.
Of all things, wow.
Yes, they require a Mac.
Nothing about Chromebooks?
Nope. But we still use pretty much every Google service.
Okay, well, all right. I guess that
Google
counts.
services on a Mac. And the
Mm,
reason we have to use a Mac is because there's a lot of kids at my school that have like dyslexia and stuff like that. And there's like assistive technology software that's only for Mac.
really? Only for
Yeah.
Mac? Wow, that's weird. Windows don't have it.
I think there may be some, I think it may be for Windows too, but they just
Mm-hmm.
want to have a Mac because
Mm-hmm.
they can have it's easier for them to control all the computers.
Mm,
It's only
okay,
3 models versus like 100 models.
got it. Makes sense. And maybe because Mac's a little bit more secure than Windows 10?
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't
that's what
know.
I'm thinking.
I don't know. Tim says, I don't get the news from anywhere. I write it. No, I don't write it, Tim. I'm not that clever. Oh, man. Hello, Yugi. But yeah, it's according to what I read on the news cycles on the web. A lot of schools are buying Chromebooks because they are low cost.
I
I'm
actually would have preferred to have a Chromebook because I could at least run Crash on it and get into the Linux system.
Yeah. Well, our friend Tim has Chromebooks.
But I'm sure my school will probably get mad.
Well, I have to ask though, who pays for the MacBooks, the school or you?
I I pay for it.
Hmm.
So I get to do what I want.
Okay.
Hold on, I dropped something. Okay.
Hello, Landon.
I
Um.
dropped my $100 adapter that actually lets me have
Oh
USB
my.
ports.
Oh my.
'Cause this is
All
all I
right.
have on that computer is those two ports right there and a
I know
headphone jack.
it's somewhat slim pickings. I have to ask you, have you ever had an issue with the Macs? Ever?
I have had not by just using it. Like I haven't really had crashes and stuff, but by doing advanced stuff, I have. Like when I tried to dual boot this Mac with Linux, I had some
Mm.
issues.
Well, putting that aside, I mean, using the Mac, like Mac
I
is supposedly the best for
The only thing
multimedia.
I've had is even some core Mac OS, some like
Mm.
built-in apps will freeze up. That's the
Really?
only issue I've had, like just
Wow.
apps freezing.
Okay. Um, I don't know if you've seen the our friend Stephanie here on the channel. She's a singer, and she
I've heard
uses
her.
she's
I've
okay.
heard her music before because you play it in the
Yeah.
background.
Well, she was on this past August. I hope to have her back here maybe next month. But she's tried Windows. She uses only Mac because that's the only thing that gives her where everything works for her. She has like a DAW, digital audio workstation, I guess, where she hooks up her microphones and stuff to the Mac, and she does editing only on the Mac. She does not trust Windows. So that's why I asked if you had any issues.
Yeah.
Sleepy says you could use some Linux training. Ah, but you get your knowledge from Toss and Friend. Well, if you want to know any Fedora stuff, here you go, because I don't know.
Yeah.
How long you been using Fedora?
Probably since 2017. I
Okay.
started using Linux in 2016 on the Raspberry Pi.
Okay.
And then I started, I guess it was like, yeah, it was in 20 like early 2017 is when I started using desktop Linux distros just in virtual boxes.
Okay. So how long did you distro hop until you picked
I
Fedora?
distro hopped from a bunch. I never used. I think the first distro I tried that was not Raspbian was Ubuntu 1604.
Okay.
So yeah, I went from Ubuntu's. I mainly just went through a bunch of Ubuntu versions, and
Okay.
then I tried Debian. I never really went to
Hmm.
Linux Mint because I already saw pictures
Hmm.
and I looked at and it just looked awful to me. Like I hate
Okay.
Linux Mint.
Okay. There's a lot of choices out there, so whatever
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
Let me see. I wish I could show you my desktop, but I'm on Wayland right now, so I'll have to switch to Xorg.
Oh, don't worry about it. Metal Lord Horus, hello. Does anybody else in your family use Linux, or are they like?
They're Mac users.
Okay.
Everybody else in my family has Apple stuff.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hello, Ricky.
Oh, hey, how you guys doing?
Say hello to Quint.
Hi,
Hi, Gwen.
Ricky.
Uh,
Hi.
which version of Fedora are you using? The latest version, or
Yeah, I'm using 29.
any issues, or it?
I had some issues when I first upgraded to from 28 to 29. I had some issues with all the theming I had put in place.
Okay. So you do in-place upgrades or fresh
I do
installs?
I do in place upgrades.
Okay. All right.
I put
I've
a
done.
bunch of theming on my distros. Like my distros don't look anything from stock. Like I use
Uh,
Fedora and GNOME, but I have totally separate window decorations, totally separate shell theme, totally separate application icons, stuff like that. Because I
and
don't like the default GNOME icons and all that stuff. I think it looks outdated, but when you
mhm.
put other stuff in it, it looks fine.
So you like the GNOME desktop versus say Mate or XFCE or anything? You prefer
I
GNOME?
actually like the two other ones that I like are Mate and XFCE. I
Mm.
don't like KDE and Qt based distros.
Okay.
Hmm.
I prefer
Okay.
GTK.
Okay. I've tried a lot of them. I won't say all of them, but I keep coming back to Mate because it's simple. It seems like it's easier to theme if I wanted to or customize. And I
Yeah, I
love
like
the
Mate.
applets. Yeah, it's just
I
simple.
like GNOME 2. I like both GNOME
Hmm.
3 and GNOME 2.
Okay.
They're both nice desktops.
Okay.
But on here, if I just want a GNOME 2 style experience, I just choose classic mode.
That's
Like it
right.
has a
Okay.
classic mode.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I think I tried Fedora once or twice. From what I recall, it wasn't for newbies.
It's not.
It's not, yeah. There's too much to configure in this sense. It's just a lot. Whereas Mint or Ubuntu, Mate, or Peppermint, you just install, do the
Yeah.
updates. You should be good. I mean, you should read documentation anyway if you're a newbie. But with
I'm not.
Fedora, you have to. With Arch, you
Yeah.
have to.
I'm not a Linux newbie. I wasn't really active into the community until about August. Like I just didn't really watch Linux YouTube and all this stuff. That's why I'm new to all this, even though I'm not new to Linux.
Right. And you picked Fedora out of how many distros that you hopped?
I did a bunch of Ubuntu distros. I think I
Okay.
tried, yeah, it was pretty much Ubuntu and Debian based distros. I can't even remember all of them. I've gone through so many.
Do you do any like editing with Fedora, like multimedia editing, or just plug it and
I
play? And
do.
yeah.
I do some. I will start doing some when I start my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So
Do you
that's
do
what
any gaming?
I do a little bit.
Okay. Do you find gaming to be well? Since you don't use Windows, I guess I can't ask that. Is there any gaming in Mac at all that's even comparable to Windows, or not really?
Mac does have access to Steam, so they got a good amount of
Ah,
gaming.
okay. All right. Okay. Let's get
I
Ben
play
in
like
here.
one or two games. I'm not huge on it.
Okay. Okay.
And also, I did a little bit of research, Toss, and Mac computers also have access to Wine, so they can run
Okay.
Windows
Yeah,
applications on Mac.
there
Okay. I did not
is.
know.
There's also
Okay.
another thing called Xquartz, which lets you run
What's
X
that?
apps on top of the Quartz window manager, or so
Okay.
what the yeah that's built in.
Cool. Cool. Nice.
Whatever the display server. Sorry, I'm getting all my terms messed
Got
up.
it. Okay.
But
Yeah,
whatever
no big.
that thing.
Okay. Well, there you go. If you have any questions for Mac or Fedora, Landon says he should get a smart person laptop. He already did, Landon.
Here, I'm gonna jump off for a minute because I'm gonna switch back to Xorg so I can show you
Okay.
my desktop and all that because I want to show you all my
Okay.
theming. Okay,
Cool.
I'll be back on in a second.
All right. Cool. Um, um, what was I doing here? Go back to
Oh,
here.
by the way, Toss, I got my Windows XP laptop that I've been working on. It's pretty much up and running. All I need to do is upgrade the RAM, and it should be good.
What did you install on it?
I didn't install anything. I
Oh.
got this laptop from a thrift store. So the screen on the laptop is broken, but due to an external monitor, I was able to get the screen to work. So
Okay. Got it.
I'm using an external screen, but the laptop itself is sort of being treated like a tower.
Okay. Nothing wrong with
Um,
that. Nothing
mhm.
wrong with that. Yeah.
It's
Hi, Ben.
it's currently running at a 60 gig drive, and it's only got one stick of RAM in it. And one stick of RAM is not acceptable for me.
No. I'm just catching up what somebody said last night. It says Mark Shuttleworth reveals Ubuntu 18.04 will get 10-year support.
Okay, I'm back on,
Cool.
and Ben joined us.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, what?
Okay,
What did
so
Mark Shuttleworth say?
Ubuntu 18.04 will get 10-year support lifespan.
Good.
That's what he
okay,
says. Yeah, that's unusual. I know it was mentioned last night, I think, right? I think.
so
Wow,
this is
10
what
years.
my
Okay.
this is what my desktop looks like here. So yeah, you guys can see it, right?
Uh, keep talking, Quinn, so we can catch it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Can you see my screen? Okay, so this is what I have here. So I use Papyrus icons, and I have everything all nice and sorted into folders. I just installed Audacity, so I have to put that into a folder, but I'm trying to be all nice and organized. I have everything in folders. And then I have the Arc window theme. So yeah, you guys can see that here.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I just like to have everything. I love material design, so that's what I try to make my computer look like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I customize my Mate with one of the 7 panel changes, set it the way it is, I'm done. Because I'm afraid I might break something, you know. So,
Toss, can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, because I'm on.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky.
How you
Guys,
doing?
we're
How you
gonna-
doing, Benny boy?
Say hello
All
to
right.
Quint, Ben.
Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to tell you guys, I am talking to you from my LFS machine.
Really? Wow. Left from sanity. Okay.
That's funny.
So just kidding.
Yeah. And
Well, it
actually,
works. So yeah.
it
What
works,
is it?
man.
What machine is this?
It's a Dell gaming laptop running Linux from scratch.
Oh, it's running Linux from scratch.
Yeah, I'll give you a little. Peek at it. Hold on.
How many Mountain Dews did it take to get it running?
Oh god. Well,
Just thought I'd
here
ask.
it is, guys. The insanity, I guess you could say, has finally come to a slow conclusion.
Holy
Which-
crap, dude!
Which DE? Which environment?
This is
time?
XFCE.
Okay. Light. Okay.
Yeah, I went for kind of a light back into this, and it is.
Let me give you
I will say this:
Mhm.
holding this thing was no walk in the park.
Duh.
Ben, let me give you 2 suggestions. Install the Papyrus icon theme and install the Arc window theme.
I'll look into that. Yeah.
That's what I have on my system, and it looks very nice. I don't know, you probably just saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. This is VLC working. I haven't tested any media on it. I'm not going to do that to get tossed demonetized. No way. And I've got GIMP working. Let's see if that comes up. Voila! GIMP works.
You don't have GIMP 210.
Well, I know, but that's just the version they had in the thing there.
2.8's okay. It's stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet here.
Do you have Wayland?
No, that is more hell than it's worth.
Isn't that
Yeah.
more like experimental still, Quint? I don't think it's.
It's not.
Wayland is the default on Fedora. That's why I
Right.
just switched over.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me search for OBS. Let's see if that is even usable. Hold on, LS. Let's go in OBS just to sort of just.
But here, this is another thing. You don't have a package manager, right?
No, not at all. No.
Mm,
That's one of the cons to doing this.
yeah.
Yeah, it
I
really
would have
is.
to agree. Yeah. Mhm.
Can
Yeah,
you install
you-
a package manager?
Yes, but it's known to screw something up and break the heck out of it.
Hold on just a minute.
All right. Yeah, without a package manager, I mean, doesn't everything take longer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it can, yes. Now I just gotta find the CMake ... Let's see if this sucker even builds. And it looks like,
It did not build.
funnily enough, not. No. Oh, QT widgets. Well, you piece of crap.
Have you tested
so-
the new Lubuntu with QT? It's pretty
Let's
nice.
see. CMake.
Wait, how did you get Chrome on there? Because Chrome is proprietary.
Oh my word. It was not that bad, really.
You can't build Chrome. How did you get it on there?
What I did was I downloaded its Debian file and then I just extracted it, copied all the files in there, boom.
Why can't you just
Well,
use Chromium?
well,
That's what I'm using right
what
now.
I could have done with Chromium was I could have compiled that and installed it, but it would have taken a couple of hours to do that.
I found out when doing live streams, Chromium sometimes gives me troubles.
Yeah,
I have
it
to
can
use
get a
Chrome.
lot.
I got to use Chrome. Yeah. Now for web surfing, it's fine. But for this, I don't know why. Yeah.
I use Firefox as my daily driver, and then I just have Chromium for Google Hangouts.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Like here, do you want to see what? Here, let me show you this. This is all I use Google Hangouts for.
and then
I mean, use Chromium for. Look, do you see everything is like Hangouts video call?
Yeah.
And then there's Switch to Linux right there.
There you go.
Oh, it failed to find Qt5. I get the point now. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I've done is just use Hangouts, and then that's my website. I've just used to test my website.
I mean, you
Wow.
can use what
That's
else
all I use
runs?
Chromium
You
for.
can use Opera, I think, for Hangouts, and Vivaldi. I
Yeah,
think.
you can.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry if Switch to Linux comes and watches this, but there he is right there.
I don't think he'll mind.
I don't think he would either.
So does Fedora feel lightweight or
No,
not?
not with GNOME. Or
I
GNOME,
didn't
whatever
think
it
so.
is.
No, I didn't think so.
Well,
Yeah.
where's the darn? Sorry, this is an example of what goes into.
Hello, Dan. Oh, Ben, there's a question for you from Tim. Dan says, "Is Ben still compiling?" Yeah, after 6 packs of
Evidently,
Mountain Dews.
Yeah, Tim, I am still going at it with LFS. It's.
I don't have the patience for that.
I don't either.
Man, it's. You would be ripping your hair out if you did that.
Yeah.
Why don't
Dan,
you just throw
you
this
said
up in
Dan,
a virtual machine instead of running it on real hardware?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do if I did this. I would only run a distro on real hardware.
Well, technically, this is a distro, but it's one that I built entirely for myself.
It's called Ben Distro.
Ben Distro, yeah.
Technically, it's called
Left from Sanity Distro.
one of the two. Yeah, and this is for example all the crap you have to do to get freaking you have to get Qt installed on your system.
Is it cute? I think it's actually. Is it formally pronounced cute? That's what I've
One of
heard.
the two, yeah.
I've
Could
heard
be.
it pronounced as
Everything-
both.
Yeah, this is everything you have to do to get the Qt environment installed on LF.
All right, Ben. So does it feel any faster than say Peppermint?
Yeah, I'll say one thing.
Hmm. It's faster. Did we lose Ben?
No, I'm still
Okay,
here.
okay,
I was
all right. Okay.
That was funny, Toss. But yeah, I will say I am I am backing this son of a gun up in case
Okay.
something goes wrong.
Okay.
Good idea, buddy. Good idea.
Yeah. I have
Tim's
a
gonna have his no sodium popcorn. Okay.
I will
Oh,
definitely I have a separate SSD I'm throwing this on later.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Quint,
Yes.
I'm downloading Fedora on my laptop right now.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
Well, have good luck.
Yes.
with it.
Just make sure you have at least 32 gigabytes of RAM, and you'll be set.
I have 20 in this machine.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to install Fedora KDE.
Okay, well, you have my email, so you can just email me with any questions.
all right.
Oh,
I am going to
I think I'll be fine, Quinn. I've used Fedora before.
Okay.
Quint, how long you been on Fedora? You were saying?
I said since 2017, and then I
Okay.
installed it. Yeah, I installed it on real hardware in like late 2017 on a laptop, and then I got this machine. I finished like about 2 months ago.
Okay.
I like to take old hardware and put new parts in it. So
Cool.
I took a Lenovo ThinkStation S20,
The Lenovo fan.
2011.
Hey.
and here it is right here. I put all these new parts in it, but this is the computer right here.
Yeah.
It is a nice computer now. And it has a Xeon. It has a Xeon that is hyper threaded to have 8 threads. It has 4 cores, and it's 3.20 gigahertz, I want to say.
Okay. Well, I got to tell you, this machine, I installed my first solid-state drive, and wow, it makes a difference. I'm impressed.
I have a
with Ubuntu.
solid-state drive in my Mac.
Yeah, I think those are standard now, right? Or not?
Yeah. But this machine has one of those combo drives. It has like 8 gig flash, but it has 2 terabytes of regular hard drive.
Got it. Okay.
Which is actually really nice. And they're like the same. They're maybe like a little bit more expensive than regular hard drives, but they're so much more worth it.
Well, my friend, I think she went to Best Buy. I think it was $1,700. Does that sound about right for Mac, the smaller screen, something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, this Mac was $2,000 with Apple Care and everything, and this Mac is like this is the model that's like one model above the low model. I just upgraded the storage to 256 gigs from 128. No
what size
touch
screen? What
It's
size screen?
13-inch, no touch bar, just a regular old. That's the only upgrade I did was the storage.
Okay.
And everybody at school tells me, "Oh, Quint, you should have gotten the touch bar." No, I don't want the touch bar. I have perfectly good function keys right here.
Yeah.
That's what my friend has, yeah.
The touch bar. I tried it at Best Buy once. It was crap.
My favorite thing to do is on people who have the touch bar, there's a button in the right corner that activates Siri. So I'll just walk up to their computer, push Siri, and then walk away.
Ah, okay.
Oh, man.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, man.
Horace says hybrid drives are nice. Okay.
Yeah, they are some nice devices, yes.
I wonder if they're any more or less reliable.
Yeah, they're a go-between. They're half SSD and half mechanical hard drive. And the hybrid will load your operating system and the stuff that gets accessed out in and out of RAM onto the SSD part, and then your normal data stuff that you just put aside and store for a while goes on the hard drive.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Dan. I didn't realize you joined.
It was a sneak attack.
Yeah, but I really do.
He's like a ninja flowing in.
I love this computer. I have not had a single issue with it.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Dan's like a ninja. He flows in when you don't expect it.
You've been known to do that too, Ben.
Yeah, I know.
The main reason I tried to do this computer is because I want to I want to try compiling some stuff. Like I'm going to try compiling Android.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay.
Android x86 probably, because that's one of the easiest to compile.
Yeah, there's a couple websites for that. I can't think of it now, but yeah.
Yeah, Android x86 is the easiest because it doesn't require it doesn't have to compile ARM binaries because it's all x86.
Okay.
Ben recommends trying that first before moving on to Gen 2.
Yes.
Gen 2. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Don't Clint, don't Gen 2.
So yeah, Ben said, have you tried Arch or Arch-based distros? Yes, I have not. I've tried to do Arch by itself, but I couldn't get it to install because there's not an installer and it's really hard. But I have used Manjaro before.
At his age, trying Arch.
That's one of the reasons why I like Fedora is because you get all these intermediate level features, but it has an actual installer.
Yeah, I mean...
It boils down, do you want to use your computer or do you want to continuously build it?
I want to use it.
Yeah.
Then find
That's right, Ben.
Yeah, now that I've gotten to where this machine, this LFS, actually has a GUI on it, I can actually use it.
Oh yeah, let me ask you about that. How long did it take you to compile XFCE?
At least maybe an hour.
That's not terrible.
No, that's not terrible at all.
How long would GNOME take?
The rendering video usually takes longer.
Oh my God.
6 12-packs of Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew is disgusting.
Okay, yeah, it's really like.
Well, I
strong.
live in Coketown, so that's what I just think.
Okay, all right.
Well, the Mellow Yellow is the Coke equivalent.
Yeah.
Ah, that's right. No, I'll stick with Coke, regular Coke or Pepsi. When
'Cause
I
I
do
live in
drink
the
it.
Pepsi town. They make
Michigan.
Pepsi, yeah, up here.
Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys can probably. Do you guys know? No, you guys can probably figure out what city I live in now.
Well, you're on the
Well,
East
yeah.
Coast, I would
It has
imagine,
to do with
or the
peach.
East time.
Just look up what city is Coke based in,
Oh.
and that's what town I'm in.
I don't know. Where's Coke based at? Let's look it up.
Oh, Noah said I should make an Android distro and call it Quintage OS,
That's a really good name.
like
I like
Lineage
that. I like
OS.
that. Quintage. Yeah, it's got a good name. Yeah.
It's got a nice ring to it. It sounds. Like.
Yeah.
So if you figured,
Yeah.
did you figure it
be-
out, Toss?
Yep, you're in Georgia. Horace
Yes,
just
I
said
am.
it. Horace
Yeah.
just said it. Yeah, in Georgia.
That's why Coke
Oh,
tastes like peaches.
And that's why I'm sweating right now.
It's warm down there, really?
Yes, it's a little bit warm.
Oh, do you want me
okay.
to mail you some snow?
I really.
I can send it refrigerated FedEx.
Yeah, I know. It's like 37 here. Yeah. Well, I used to live in Florida for almost 10 years, Quint, so I know.
I live
I'm-
in Florida.
Yeah, there. See. Yeah, I miss the flat roads, no potholes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Georgia peaches are really expensive here,
Really? Don't
and
they grow
Georgia
them there?
peanuts are expensive too, even though they grow them here. Well, that may just be because I'm in Atlanta.
I don't know.
I think it should be better once you get outside of the city.
Hmm.
Well, funnily,
But here, Toss, I wanted to show you this. This is all I've had crashes on Fedora. So this is at least Fedora has the problem reporting app. So this is what I have had. I have Audacity has crashed some. Discord crashed once. Xword crashed once, and I don't know what this is. Some sort of
YouTube
YouTube
dash.
I don't know
downloader. It's a YouTube downloader.
I don't have a YouTube downloader installed.
That's what that is. I recognize it.
Maybe it's just something that comes in Fedora. I don't know.
It could be. It's something that you. It's a command in the terminal.
Okay,
It
yeah. I don't
also
know. I
may
wasn't
be-
using that
It
command.
also may be the item that downloads your video so you can watch it.
Yeah.
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 But I've never had Wayland crash before. I've only had Xword crash, which is kind of funny.
I've never had anything crash on Ubuntu or Mint. Unless it totally went south.
Yeah, I don't think I've had any crashes yet in 1810 Ubuntu Mate. Have I? I can't remember. I don't know.
Oh, Sleepy just said these young fellas like Quint Pizza and Noah are putting the rest of us to shame. At least there is hope in the world for the future of Linux.
Really?
Yes, Noah, I am in Atlanta. It doesn't. I'm not super. I am pretty. Like I don't reveal my last name anymore. Like I changed that a little while ago. But I'm
Yeah.
not super secretive about it because Atlanta
Yeah.
is a giant city, so you don't know exactly where I am in Atlanta.
Some of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
some of the super users of Linux from us old guys that've been using it for like the last 10, 15 years,
Yeah.
they know the command terminal in and out. I'm not one of them, but some of them would prefer to just live in it rather than have a GUI interface.
Yeah.
I don't prefer to live in any sort of terminal. I go nuts.
I mean, for those people.
Oh, you mean like now, Ben?
I mean, for those people that use
That's funny.
terminals instead of environments with Linux, that's what people did with Unix back in its day. I mean, the Unix operating system is what pretty much inspired the creation of Linux.
Yes.
But there
think
was CDE though. That was like the first desktop.
Yeah, that's right, Clint, actually. KDE, as far as I know, was the first Linux GUI.
Not KDE. I said CDE. Do you know that one? It's like a really old
I've
Unix
never heard
desktop
of it.
environment. not KDE.
CD.
Oh, sorry. I
CD.
got
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
The name was Inspire, but it's called CDE, and
See,
it's
Ben's
open source.
brain is fried from doing that Linux from scratch.
It was open sourced.
It
It was
might be,
proprietary originally, but then they open sourced it a few years ago. So you can install it on Linux distros now. But it's just a really old. Let me look it up here. It's
Yeah.
a really old classic Unix desktop environment.
I know back in the 80s and 90s, well, mainly the 80s, I know one of the very first graphical user environments for any machine that was developed was, I think Toss may remember this one, it's called Jim. It was on the Atari, it was on some of the Atari computers and some other operating systems. It was developed by a company called Digital Research, which is no longer in business.
Yeah, it's called the Common Desktop Environment. That's what CDE means. So it's on
Makes sense.
SourceForge now. Here, let me share my screen. Okay, so this is why I like GNOME. I love this interface.
Is that a
It's nice little
3.30?
Yes. But here it is right here. So here's a picture of it.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you've ever seen this before. And it was
I think I
it
have. Yeah, I
has
know.
4 different desktops. That's a plus.
Oh my lord.
I know.
Ben, do you see that?
Hold on, let me take a look.
Here's a terminal for
Dear
you.
word.
That's like early Windows 3 point something really.
Oh my god. It looks a crap ton like Windows from back
Yeah.
in the days.
The plus is that it has 4 desktops here. But on GNOME, I can have unlimited.
Yeah.
That is really good.
Yes, it is, man.
You mean workspaces?
Yeah, it has 4
Yeah, you can have
workspaces.
4
Yeah.
workspaces
Yeah.
on.
I just
I
call them
tend-
desktops.
I tend to only limit the computer to one workspace and use more monitors
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm just that old and insane.
I
Here's
just use
some more
my
pictures.
39-inch monitor here. That's big
Here's
enough.
here's a picture of the file manager here.
Wow.
Toss went the third direction, went super huge and broke it up.
Yeah.
Oh look,
Uh,
look here, it's DistroTube.
oh
It says
my.
DT right there.
Oh god. Let's see if Steam will work on this silly thing. I'm curious.
Okay, here's the logo right here.
Common desktop environment.
Makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, oh, that's it running Firefox, a really old version of Firefox.
Do you know what version of Firefox that was?
I don't know. I want to see it run Firefox Quantum though, just to see what that would look like.
That would be interesting. I
Yeah.
would say that.
I use WaterFox as my primary browser.
Yeah, I don't like WaterFox because they haven't done the Quantum update. I don't like the old Firefox UI.
That's what I'm using because I don't like the Quantum version because it's too resource hoggy.
So you're the opposite of me.
Yeah, you like the GNOME. I don't like the GNOME, but you use a Mac. I never used a Mac.
Yeah.
Anthony
I
McDonald.
I like GNOME, but it's just the fact compiling it on this thing would be a pain in the butt.
I agree
One
with you.
thing
Ben.
about WaterFox, Quint, is you can pack up the whole thing and move it to another distro with
Yeah.
all your bookmarks and
Yeah.
everything intact and it all updated.
Hey, I think I'm about to jump off.
Okay, Quint.
Don't
Okay.
jump off a bridge or anything.
Yeah, but bye everybody.
Goodbye,
Quint.
Quint.
See you later, man.
Here, hold
Take
on.
care.
Bye bye.
You undo screen share so I can see myself. Bye everybody.
Take
Bye-bye,
care, bud.
Quinn.
Okay.
Good night,
I'm going.
Okay.
If you
Anthony.
guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to get Steam working.
Cool. Anthony McDonald said the common desktop environment, that was the GUI for SunSpark computer systems.
A bit of history
I've got to make a
on
frickin'
this Total History Tonight channel.
Total history tonight.
Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What kind of history did you cover?
Well, the common desktop environment. That's a piece of history that
Yeah,
Quentin
that
was
was-
talking
that was-
about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one piece of history that I do remember. I've never seen it. I have only seen bits and pieces of it in documentaries. But does anybody in this room remember in 2001 when AOL merged with Time Warner?
Yes.
Not exactly.
Yes, I come from that time.
I need to screen share. Tim sent me this picture about smart clothes, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna let you guys read it. Okay, here we go.
What?
Take a look. See it?
What?
See it?
What the?
See it?
It looks like a butt tire patch.
I,
Well, it's smart patch. It's a smart patch. That's what it is, a smart patch.
My lord.
Art pack.
It's a fart freshener.
Oh man.
Oh.
Of course the question is, where did Tim find this?
The question is, has Tim tested it?
Well, so how do they test this in real life? Honey, you smell fresh today. Well, thank you. Let me do it again. Hey, how's that?
Oh,
Again, he got it from the poop app.
Oh God.
okay, let's see if Steam decides to actually come up. Which, let's see.
Go back again. If we have any newbies out there and would like to say hello, please do.
Huh.
Yeah, by the way, everybody in the comments, smash that like button. Support everybody here.
Well, Steam
Wow.
doesn't like that I'm on a pure 64-bit computer. Well,
Steam backfired?
yeah, because I'm on a pure 64-bit Linux.
Maybe
I
it doesn't.
couldn't
Maybe Steam doesn't have enough water in it.
I couldn't get it to pop in MX17 either.
Tim says, no, oh, no, I haven't tested it. Right.
Well, this could be a problem.
That is literally one of the first times I've ever seen Steam actually fail.
Well, Ricky, you just saw it.
I've had trouble with Steam in the past too, Ricky.
Well, apparently it doesn't like pure 64-bit computers. Huh. Which is kind of a sad thing, but it is what it is.
Tim, Ben, I think Walmart's having a sale on Mountain Dew this week, but I just thought I would drop that in there.
Oh, hell. My
What's
mom
the-
already went to the store. Let's not make her get me out.
Sleepy Eye says, what's the warranty and return policy on those pants?
Oh my god!
No, man.
They're only good for the half a dozen. I don't know. Oh man.
My lord.
Sleepy, no stream tomorrow. Tomorrow night late, I'll be doing a unlisted private podcast with a friend of mine, and then I'll upload it during the week. It'll just me and him. He's Mr. Paranoid. He's off Facebook, off Twitter. He's different than me, I guess. But
Oh, my.
so
Well,
we're gonna get
like,
his thoughts about all this. He does have an iPhone. He has PCs at home, computers. He has Comcast cable and all that, but that's it. So we're gonna get his perspective. Hopefully, we'll get together tomorrow night, and I'll record it'll just be a podcast. Well, you can download it for free if you want to. Where do you get the replacement patches? I asked him. He's the expert on this. I don't know.
Do they come in a 12-pack?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think one of them smells like Mountain Dew too. So there you go.
What is it with you boys and this Mountain Dew stuff?
Oh boy.
See the clever thing was to have one smell like a T-bone steak, because then, man, I'm getting hungry all of a sudden, you know.
Well, if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm installing wine.
Steve's doing one tomorrow morning, right, Steve? I think.
I have no idea.
Which version of wine are you installing, Ben?
3.20.
Okay.
I should probably do that a little bit quicker. And now the code is having a freaking, I don't even know what.
I tried Wine many, many years ago. Man, I couldn't get it to do anything to get me off Windows.
The only
Wow.
one I like is the one I drink. Period.
I hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
Red wine is actually really good for you too.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
They ought to call wine bourbon.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Now I got that George Thorogood song stuck in my head.
Which one?
I almost said the entirely wrong word.
One beer, one bourbon, one beer, something like that.
One bourbon, one scotch, and a beer. Yeah.
I like his da 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 da. I'm bad to the bone. Da 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 da.
Doon, 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 doon.
Because I'm bad with my Ubuntu Mate. Da, 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 da.
That's funny.
Hello,
Bye.
Nils. How
Well,
are you? Dropping by to say hi. Well, hello, Nils. How are you?
By the way, I tried a new distro last night. Void Linux.
Did it get avoided?
It basically backfired on me. I installed it with the Cinnamon environment, and unfortunately, it does not want to open any file managers or nothing up.
Well, that's
So
because
I
it
have to
doesn't.
get rid of it.
It doesn't come from any strain of any other Linux. It's on its own.
Well, that's why it's called Void.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's null and void.
Exactly.
Okay, so never mind. I'm back. I realized that I could stay for a little bit longer.
Cool.
Back
Oh,
in the
okay.
saddle. All right.
Quint, I was going to ask you, do you have like smart speakers in your house, or does anybody use like Alexa or Google? Or just curious.
We do have a Google Home that we receive for free, but we never use it, and it's always unplugged.
Okay, I was just curious.
Well, it's like this. I pick up the phone and I have Siri and Cortana have it right out.
There you go.
Yeah, I checked the time and everything, and then I realized that I could stay a bit longer. It was earlier than I thought it was, so I'll stay on here a bit longer.
Well, there's no school on the weekends, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an Alexa. I bought the Echo Dot last year. I use it mainly at night and in the morning to wake up, you know, to music or catch the news.
Wait, is it in your room then?
It's
if
in my
you-
bedroom. It's in my bedroom,
Well,
yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea because it can hear everything that
I
you're
know.
saying.
I know. Well, I don't say anything strange or goofy or anything, but
Don't get into the birds and the bees with Alexa.
no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't do that. No.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, there's a mic switch. You can shut the mic off. You know.
But who knows if that actually does anything or if that's just a fake button.
I would say it probably does, but during the day, it's on. I just unplug it during the day. You know. But at night
we
it's
do
nice,
have-
yeah. Because I'll say,
For-
Alexa, you know, play this kind of music or set alarm, you know.
Our house was built about 12 years ago, so we have like in-wall speakers and a whole surround system, so we don't use it for music and
Nice,
everything.
nice. Yeah, one of my relatives has built a house like that with speakers and all, like kind of like an intercom system.
Yeah, it's not an intercom. There's speakers in the ceiling, but you can like
Okay.
control it from your. We got the whole
Sure.
system redone when we moved in. Like it was an old system, so we can control it with our phones and stuff now.
Cool, cool, nice.
So what are you guys looking at? Are you trying to run wine?
Yes. Because Steam had issues running.
Oh, you're running Steam now?
Well, I tried to, but it doesn't like being on a pure 64-bit computer.
Oh, this is another thing. I want to see how game performance is on CDE.
It's probably
But
super
the-
fast if you get it right.
Yeah.
It's so lightweight.
This is not CDE, this is XFC.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying. I wonder how the performance is.
Yeah.
You
You
can
probably
actually
have to
install it on
launch every-
Fedora. There are RPM packages for Fedora and Red Hat Linux. I'll have to test it out on a VM.
That's
I
what
will-
you are doing for Red Hat Linux. You are testing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a. I've used all the Red Hats. I have a Red Hat developer subscription, which is free. It's a free subscription, but it gives you access to Red Hat Linux.
Nice.
Nice.
So I've used it before.
I will say one thing about smart devices. I will not put Alexa in my room or anywhere in my house. The minute one of those things lands in my house, I'm grabbing me a baseball bat and that thing's getting smashed to pieces.
Well, smart homes now.
Hey Ricky,
So,
I got a 2019 rental truck out in my driveway because my truck is in the shop getting worked on. I have questions whether this thing is spying on me.
Oh boy.
And it's like driving a pinball machine.
Wow.
The engine shuts off. You pull up to a stoplight. It does all kinds of weird stuff.
Well, you
My
have to
dad
talk
has a,
nice to it. Don't be mean.
You can't even open the hood and show somebody the engine and it shuts off.
Huh.
My dad has a 2018 Tahoe, and
Okay.
it has all it. Like the funny thing is when there's like when somebody comes up like right behind you, the seat will vibrate.
What?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Like if somebody's about to hit you, like if somebody's like
Oh,
right
wow.
near you,
Wow.
seat
My.
will vibrate. Or if there's like you're not paying attention and there's a stop car, seat will vibrate.
So it kind of warns you in a way. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Then
guess I
another
can
funny
see that.
thing is that
yeah.
it'll give like traffic, like it'll read out traffic reports randomly. So sometimes when we're just in the car listening to the radio, it'll start saying there is traffic on blah blah blah,
Wow.
like right near us.
That's. I mean, it's. Yeah. I've seen commercials for cars with auto sensing stop. Like if you're not, say you turn your
It
head,
probably has this. I don't know if it has this,
or automatic braking or something like. I mean, I could see that. You know. I
but
don't know.
he really likes it though. That's
Oh,
his-
okay. That's all
Tahoe
right.
is like-
Okay.
He's had
Yeah.
yeah,
I
his
think.
first Tahoe was a 2004, and he's had one ever since. So he
I
really
think-
likes it.
Let me get Tim. I think Tim bought a Tahoe or a GM. I don't know. We'll get Tim in here, Quincy. I think he has a Tahoe.
But yeah,
so, yeah.
he's had one since 2004, and he loves them.
Does he need to haul stuff because he has the
Um,
bigger engine in it? And
He has a lot of cars, actually. He has a
Okay.
pickup truck, too, that
Okay.
he uses to haul stuff with.
okay,
But he'll haul stuff with the Tahoe, too.
yeah.
My dad likes cars. He has a lot. Same how I like computers, and I have a lot.
Okay. You
Yeah.
know what? Some of those newer cars, they'll have like to save gas, like economy. If you stop for any long period of time, like the engine shuts off by itself and then comes on when you hit the gas.
Yeah.
That's
My
how the
mom's
truck
car
is
is
I
like
got
that.
outside
Yeah,
as
she
a
is a-
rental.
I think my parents both got new cars this year. She has a 2018 Mercedes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a Mercedes. I'm trying to remember what the model is. It's a GLE 350. It's like a mid-size SUV, but it has all that stuff. Where
My friend bought a
it'll, like,
Land
turn it
Rover,
off.
but it doesn't have that where the engine turns off. Maybe
And the
it's,
other thing,
I don't
the
know.
Tahoe
This thing has a
has,
switch where you can shut it off, but you
Yeah.
got to shut it. Remember to shut it off because it comes on by default when you start it up.
right.
It's a push button start. You get in this thing. You have a fob in your pocket.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
push
that's
the
how-
button to start the thing.
yeah, that's how.
It's silly.
Yeah,
Mine
you don't like the
takes
push button
keys.
start.
Everything else I got takes keys. It has fobs unlock the door and auto start and all that stuff for the winter time, but not just get in the vehicle and push a button. Okay, we're gonna blast off now.
Oh, and the other thing the Tahoe has is that when you're not doing anything like super intensive, it'll only use 4 cylinders of the engine.
Right.
Oh, my old
Big
truck
gas.
will do that. My old truck is a 2012, and it'll transition from 4 to 8
I
cylinders.
think with certain vehicles, once you get on the highway and cruise, I think half the cylinders will turn off or something. Or
It
something like
depends
What?
how much load you have on the engine.
that. Okay.
One
And
of the things
another
is that
thing is,
Yeah.
it took me a long time to actually notice this, but you'll be going down the road and the alternator gauge will go down below 10 volts. Then all of a sudden it'll go all the way up to 15.
Because
It'll
that's
stay
the
there for a
engine.
while. Well, I took it
What?
into the garage and I
Yeah.
complained about it, and I thought the alternator was bad.
Right.
And they told me it's supposed to do that. It's an energy efficient alternator, and when the battery has enough charge in it, it shuts off.
But I was gonna. The GM tried that like back in 2009, like when they released all their when they released their new models, and some of the cars had issues where like the engine would blow up. I don't know.
Just a little problem.
Yeah. And then they fixed, and then with the 2015 year when they redid the models, they did that again and they fixed that issue.
Well, my friend's Land Rover, I forgot which model it is. It's the anyway, I was looking at the armrest or the console. He's got like 10 switches, 10 buttons on there. So I'm thinking of James Bond. Okay, like, is that the ejector seat? Is that the missile launcher? And what it does, well, yeah, look at like I'm thinking of the car was the show Knight Rider, you know, back then. But you're thinking of James Bond. Okay, don't touch that, you know. But what it does, he hits these switches and it adjusts the level of the car, up or down, and other stuff, you know. But he has these switches on there. I'm like, wow, that's kind of slick. I think, but I won't touch anything, you know. He let me drive it one day. It has a V8 engine, so he had to pick up a Subaru. He says, okay, here, take the Land Rover. He drove the little car, and I'm driving this V8. I'm like 80 miles an hour. Why? It didn't feel like it. You know.
Oh, and the other thing is that both of my parents' cars have Wi-Fi in them. Yeah. That's the other new thing.
Yeah, that's creepy because I guess that can be hacked. You know. Yeah.
We have
the radio says LTE for connection.
The passwords are very secure. Like you can't even change it to something custom. It's like some crazy combination. I think they do that on purpose.
Right.
So it's really hard to be hacked, actually.
Though still, in my opinion, I don't think vehicles should have Wi-Fi in there.
Or at least have a master switch to shut it off if you want.
Yeah.
You can turn it off in the settings.
Okay. I feel better that way. But yeah, I mean, at which point does it get like kind of creepy?
It's also an extra cost.
You know what's creepy is this truck don't even have a mechanical parking brake. It's push button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Tim is on.
Hey, you got Tim. How you doing, bud?
Can barely hear you.
Up the volume.
Pump up the volume. Hit it. Dun, 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 dun. Pump up the volume. Dun, dun. I love that song.
Toss, does your friend Stephanie, does she make money off of her music?
Yeah, that's what she does. She sells CDs, either the whole CD or just the songs, Quint. And she tours mainly in Europe, Germany. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I was wondering, how does YouTube let you put the music in there? Because it'll do like a copyright check.
Okay, what it is, that's actually a good question. It's in her situation, because she's not under a big company, it's a copyright claim. It's not a strike. It's a claim, which means if I put her music, then the ads go to her or the company and her. I'm not sure how that's split, but I'm allowed to do that because number one, she allowed me to. She's the boss, you know.
Yeah.
And number two, it's a copyright claim, not a strike. A strike is bad. I mean, you should have asked permission first. But she says, that's fine. Just make sure that I have a link, you know, or say it, hey, go to stephanie4an.com. But that's a good question. But that's how she makes her money. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you mute Tim or did he mute himself?
I did not mute him. No, I haven't done anything.
Tim, if you can hear us, okay.
You guys hear me a little bit better now?
Slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly. Very slightly.
I feel like is my connection good?
Yeah,
yes.
It's awesome. Yeah, we have a sharp camera too. Yeah.
Yeah, my camera's not very good, but I'm hooked up through Ethernet.
No, it's good. Yeah, you have good lighting there too. Whatever.
Yeah.
Ethernet's better than Wi-Fi.
Let me try sound check here.
Yeah,
there's a
better.
closet
That's
right
better.
in front of me that has the Wi-Fi router in it. That's why I chose this room, because I just have an Ethernet cable.
Tim, what truck did you buy? Quinn was just telling me his dad got a Chevy Tahoe.
3500 Denali.
Denali, that's it. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Did you get it back? Did he get the engine or whatever it was? Okay, all right.
Yeah, bunch of fun.
Okay. It was funny when you called them up and they said, well, can you bring it in? And you're like, excuse me, it's brand new. Come and get it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Wow.
sure. Chumps.
Yeah, no problem. I like to spend this kind of money, so I can go out of my way to get it to you. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
When it's your stuff that broke. Yeah, that's always fun to do. Always
Does it
fun.
have all the gadgets Quint was talking about, like the?
It should if it's a GMC.
He
Yeah, it
says
does.
that the seat vibrates if a car gets close to you.
Yeah, on those. That's because I just swung through Taco Bell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got all those on it, all the
Okay,
driver
all right,
reads and
okay.
everything.
It's got the Wi-Fi too.
Yes, it does. It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you know those undies I sent you the picture of?
That was funny.
I
Yes.
think what you can do, I think there's a little pouch in the back,
Mm.
and this is what a friend told me, anyways, because
Okay.
I didn't test those. But there's a little pouch in the back, so if you run into a pinch,
Mm-hmm.
you just go to the nearest Napa Auto Parts store and get
Mm.
one of those little car tree air fresheners.
Ah, okay. Okay. Got
Problem
it,
was,
got
is my friend got one of the new car scents.
Smart clothes. Why not? Smart cars, smart clothes. Only thing that's not smart is us, right? Yeah.
Did I
So,
miss anything?
Fart protection.
Yeah.
Is that actually on the smart clothes?
One of the Tim sent me an email link with the picture. Yeah, there's yeah. Who knows? Maybe these newer cars have like built-in scent deodorizers in the seat. I don't know.
This is one of the things that I've thought of that I hope this never happens is
What?
that unless you pay like a whole bunch of money, hospitals will basically give your baby a shot, which basically is analytics.
Oh
It
no!
basically so they can basically sell you ads based on what you're thinking. I'm just
Wow.
wondering what if this ever happened?
I hope it doesn't. I
Gee,
really
never thought about that.
Hey, Quint. Pleasure to meet you, first and foremost. Nice to see you on the screen.
Yeah.
I was able to catch, we were at the tail end of getting my granddaughter, but I was able to catch some of the theming and stuff you had
Yeah.
on your folder install. Hats off to you, friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quint's smarter than us, so he's welcome anytime to teach us
Here, do
something.
you want me to show you some DNF simple tricks here?
Go for it. Yeah.
Here, so
Hey,
Knock us out.
Quint, before you do that, here
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my I'll do my guess the OS.
okay, so here's my
really
terminal.
Okay, Quint, hang
I'm
on one
gonna-
second. Hang on one
Hey,
second. Let
hey.
Tim show you something. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Let me screen share here.
Yeah. All right, Tim. Go ahead.
Okay, can you guys see Carmine right now? Okay, do you guys see that desktop environment, right?
Yeah, it's budgie.
Yeah.
No, guess the desktop environment and guess the distro.
It's budgie. It's Ubuntu budgie is my guess.
Nope,
That's close.
getting close.
Peeping.
That
Nope.
I know what it is.
You
That
need to
is-
show the menu or something, Tim.
That is some sort of a dock program, and the operating system is Elementary OS Juno.
It is not, Ricky. It is not. I've actually been able to. Can you guys see my screen okay right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I've had some time to be able to screw around and kind of theme stuff. And I thought, I'll just go through and I'll take this one distro that I've used before and I'll throw it on and just play around with it. I had some time today and I did that and grabbed some. I'm not giving it away by saying I grabbed some extensions by any means, but it would probably surprise you as to what desktop environment that is and what distro that is.
I know it's not Manjaro.
It is not.
Actually, that looks very familiar to me. I think I've seen. I mean, it looks.
It
It's a
looks
bit,
like budgie.
no, it's not budgie. I think I know what that is.
It's got the budgie wallpaper, right?
It may look
Yep.
different, but that has to be GNOME free.
Nope. It is Linux Mint 19.1 with the Cinnamon desktop environment.
Oh my lord!
What?
Let me see this.
It's
here.
customized, yeah. Hmm.
Could you
I
not?
didn't get to see it.
Okay, here, I'll show it one more time.
Ooh, Tim! Holy smoke, man!
real quick.
Damn, how did you do that?
I'll go through this really quick.
It only took him 1 6-pack of Mountain Dew. That's all. No, just kidding.
No, this actually, I timed myself on this. I actually did this in about 20 minutes or so. First thing I did is I'll go through this really quick. First thing I did is I took the panel and took it from the bottom, put it up at the top. Then on Cinnamon, I did the panel edit mode. I moved the clock from the right-hand side into the center. I grabbed this weather applet, threw that on. I added the places applet right through Cinnamon settings. You can grab applets for the panel. The menu, the only thing I did was, that's the standard Cinnamon desktop environment menu. I toggled one of these off, I think show favorites and quit options. And I changed the icon. I threw the Ubuntu Budgie wallpaper on because I think it's some of the best looking wallpaper out of the box that's out there. And this right here on the left-hand side is a good old plank dock.
Okay.
So,
That is really cool.
and here's the thing, last night and we've been talking, and I haven't been spending a lot of time computer-wise. I've just kind of back into it. Honestly, you can take just about any distribution that's out there, and for me, about the most I'll do is I'll get into some theming and stuff. But I did all of that. I installed Mint, did all the updates, got everything installed that I use, and then did the theming. And I had that done in an hour and 15 minutes.
That's not bad. I have Ubuntu Mate on this, and on the backup computer, I realized I had my dad's film on repeat. But once I choose one of the panel switcher changes through the tweak, the Mate tweak, once it's done the way I want it, I'm afraid I'll break something, so I just leave it the way it is on both systems. I don't change. Because the workflow I do here, I put a panel at the top and just drop everything like Dre. It's just easier for me. And then I have a split screen here. So I got a web page or emails here because I got this 39-inch TV that I'm using. It's a little bit too big, but the brightness is cranked down, contrast down, so it's not blinding me. So on one side, split screen is email or whatever, and then I have the YouTube Hangouts here. The panel at the top, so if I need to go to something, it just drops down, or click or shut it down or open up the tab, and it works perfectly the way it should. No desktop doesn't have that same workflow. It seems like there's more to it. Then you have to install extensions to make it more user-friendly. That's why I don't use it.
I have a ton of extensions installed.
I was going to ask,
if you're using Fedora, it requires that to make GNOME the way you want it.
Yeah, yes. And I have Dash to Dock. That's the other thing that I didn't mention. We switched to a different desktop.
So here's
I don't know why GNOME doesn't have this pre-installed, because you pretty much need this.
Because GNOME is because of the way the GNOME is set up as a foundation.
Let's get switched to Linux in here.
All of the extensions are done by third-party developers. Every extension I have on the Cinnamon desktop is through it. You don't have to go out to like extensions website or anything. All of those are installed straight out of the settings panel within the Cinnamon desktop environment, which means that the applets for the panel have all been vetted through the OS to make sure that they work.
That's why I like the applets in Mate. They're not a lot of them like Cinnamon, but they work.
But they're vetted through the Mate desktop environment development folks.
Yeah.
Therefore, they work.
I did sometime I did a live stream with Ubuntu with GNOME. And I think to make it user-friendly the way I wanted, I had to install almost 10 extensions. With Mate, I installed nothing. It just works out of the box. So
with GNOME, you got to go shopping at GitHub.
It's a bit,
It's switch to Linux is in here,
Yeah, I sent him a link, so we'll get him in here, and we'll chat for a little bit longer. So I will not be on tomorrow. Tomorrow night I'll be doing, like I said, a private podcast with a friend of mine who's Mr. Paranoid, and then I'll upload that during the week as a podcast. So.
How's your father's movie coming along? Has he found a buyer yet?
The last thing, the film was a finalist at a film festival. I think it's the last thing I mentioned. He didn't make it. He didn't go. He wasn't feeling. He was having problems sleeping and stuff, probably a lot of stress. He got a call from the president praising the film, and that's the last that I heard.
Okay.
So, a lot of talking, but not my dad has rejected all deals that want to take away his rights. So that's where we're at.
Hey, greetings.
Greetings.
Hi, switch to or hi Tom, whatever I should call you. Oh, here's this.
Call me.
Call him man on fire.
I thought this was funny here.
Call him anything you want, just don't call him late for dinner.
So
you don't call me late for dinner, nope.
So look at this. For some reason, this is the picture out of all the pictures that had to show up on Chromium. It's this one.
I know he's got a picture of Tom and not me. That's not fair.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, I thought we were friends, Quinn. Come on. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
If I want my picture taken, I'll steal a car.
Also, you stole the Denali. Oh man. But yeah, Tom, Quinn uses Fedora of all things.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty cool.
I'm pretty active on Tom's channel. He knows.
Cool.
And so here, do you want me to show you the DNF tricks I was talking about?
All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me switch to another desktop over here. So
yeah, not only does he use Fedora, he also uses Material Design.
Yeah. Here, you guys can see my screen, right?
Right.
Okay, so DNF will automatically refresh the package list for you, which is what I really like. So let me do, all you have to do if you want to check for updates, you do sudo DNF, check update. So this is the...
I'm hearing background squishy noise, by the way, from someone. Like,
that's not from me.
No, I don't think it's...
Everybody else in my house is asleep.
Okay. I'm hearing shh. Is that just me?
No, that's
here, so can you guys see this here, how it's refreshing everything automatically?
Not for me.
Now, you guys should be able to see my desktop here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's refreshing everything automatically, which is nice. I need to change that. Those are for Fedora 28. That's a repository I never changed. But we have the modular repository, which is cool, where you can basically have 2 different versions.
So how long did it take you to figure this out?
Of packages. I read the release notes.
Wow. Reading. I remember reading. What is? Oh, that's.
And I read the blog post from Fedora.
Okay.
I don't really read the release notes. I read the blog post. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff that needs to be updated. I have to update some kernel stuff too.
It's nice looking desktop. Yeah.
Yeah. But I get the dreaded GNOME software update notification. And look, there's so there's some updates there.
That looks like a generic package manager that everybody uses.
That's the standard out-of-the-box GNOME solution, Dan.
This is the GNOME software manager here.
Which is pretty much what the bone stock Ubuntu software manager is based off of. It looks pretty much. It looks the same as that, except they've done some changes and they've rebranded it with.
My Mate distro leans more towards the Synaptic package manager.
Yeah.
Doesn't Mate
I like
have
Synaptic? Yeah.
Doesn't Mate have like Bonjour or something like that? Isn't
Boutique,
that
the software boutique?
Software boutique.
It looks nice. So don't get me wrong. I keep it installed, but Synaptic, because I've been so used to it for years with Synaptic. But Boutique looks very nice. I mean, especially for beginners.
Let me show you another thing you guys may be wondering is how I have, by default, GNOME doesn't have folders, but I can show you how I got the folders. Do you want me to show you that?
There's,
yes. You can't just drag it. Like, look, I can't just drag it, unfortunately. Right. It's not that simple. So there's 2 ways of doing it. You can go into software, and then you can go over to installed. I think it's this little check box here, and then you select something. You can click add to folder, and then you can select a folder here. But the way that I do it, which is actually, it gives you can like name folders and create like delete folders and stuff, which you can't do. Oops, I accidentally opened the settings. Sorry. There's a settings button on my keyboard that I always hit. Sorry. But there's this app here on Fedora. You have to compile it because there's no binaries for it. It's called GNOME App Folder Manager, but I believe there's a Debian package.
There is a Debian package for it.
So I can add stuff here. So let's say I need to add Audacity. Because I haven't put that in there. So I'll just put it in this folder here. So I'll just go in here. I'll select Audacity, add app, and then I'll just click this little download icon. And now, as you can see, Audacity is in this folder now.
Wow.
The icon doesn't always update here. It usually updates after a reboot. Like as you see, there's no Audacity in the picture right there.
It only holds 4 icons, though.
Yeah, but still, it would show up because it's the first.
Oh,
4
yeah,
icons.
because it's the first 4 icons. Yep.
Yeah.
I think if you just log out and log back in, it'll show up.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is pretty much how I have my desktop, and I really like the setup. Yeah, this is just what works for me because I'm a Mac user.
See, that's just too much work for me. If I got to do more than 2 clicks, I'm done.
With XFCE with open box, you only have to do 1 click.
Yeah. But yeah, I just really like GNOME. And you guys are welcome to have your own opinions, but this is just what I like.
GNOME looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks slick. I've always
got it all worked out for you.
No, it's just not for newbies. That's why I don't push it as much. But it does look slick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think KDE looks slick too, but it's not as user friendly as it should be. I was testing Neptune OS, beautiful, but
you guys want to see my desktop build right now?
You still have
It has the. I'll tell you one thing. It has the ugliest icons you've ever seen.
Let's see it.
No,
Tom's got a custom thing of his own going.
Yeah, I have a custom brew right now. Hold on.
Well, I got the best wallpaper.
I have a better wallpaper, Toss.
Screen share. There it is. Screen share, please.
I don't see anything.
Oh my goodness.
Hang on.
He's
We'll let
trying
Tom
to fix it.
Uh-oh.
Trying to figure out how to get my screen shared.
There's just a button on the side that says
It's green.
Share. I'm
Green.
clicking it and it doesn't do anything.
Uh-oh.
Are you using Chromium?
I am on Chromium, yes.
Yeah, I'm on Chromium too.
Use Chrome. It works better.
Use
All right, let me show you my wallpaper that I did.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Thank you.
Nice.
Mine's material design, and nothing beats
Yeah.
material design.
In fact, if you look right behind to the left, the sun, there's a space shuttle with my logo says total. No, I'm just kidding. But that would have been cool to have the space shuttle with my logo. Hey, who's that guy?
It's a space shuttle with a rope hanging off the back of it, and then one of those billboard signs that the planes drag around.
Ah, yeah.
It's total
A streamer.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish that the Hangouts, the regular Hangouts, and the Hangouts on Air had the exact same layout because they're both different.
Yeah, Toss, you need a space station on that picture.
Yeah, maybe. See, I'm not that advanced with GIMP yet to
I'm pretty good with GIMP. I made
Really?
Ricky a remember that the cover art thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
maybe
It took me like 2 seconds to make. I just found an image off of Google and then put your YouTube.
Oh,
image
you
and then put some
cheated!
text
You
in there.
cheated. Okay.
But still, it's a good cover image.
Here's I will not be able to do a screen share on this version.
Oh.
Chromium gives me issues with Hangouts. I don't use Chromium. Yeah.
No, I'm going with it's probably an issue with my system. This system is so custom brewed right now. This is Linux Mint Debian Edition running kernel 4.18 and KDE Plasma 5.12.
That's a mouthful.
Wow.
And so it's totally. It works perfectly fine until I want to go and do something on coding, which every Debian KDE seems to have a problem interfacing with Kodi. So.
I'll be right back, guys. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you to look at GNOME.
I will be looking
Will
at
that
GNOME
fix
pretty
the
soon. Tomorrow
Kodi
I'm
issue?
going to be doing a rant about how Libre Writer is better than Microsoft Word. And then probably the next pre-recorded video.
You know, if we have newbies watching this, are going, "What do I choose? You're confusing me." You know.
I'm telling you. Well, I was working on. We're still working on assembling the one manuscript, and my friend finished up the part of our chapter, and so I pulled the thing down, and I have the rest of our fragment portions on a Windows 8 computer. And so I pulled down the fragment portions, and it's a open Office document because it's writing it on my cloud infrastructure, and Microsoft Office can't open it. I mean, it opens just fine on LibreOffice, opens just fine on
weird.
OpenOffice, opens just fine everywhere, but Microsoft Office will not open it. I'm like, yeah, it's not the problem with LibreOffice, it's a problem with Microsoft Office.
Okay.
Even though more people use Microsoft Office, that doesn't mean that's the thing. So that's my preview for my video tomorrow.
Yeah, Microsoft Office is just being snobby.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Ben. Ben, how is this whole? What were you installing? Slackware or
Linux from scratch?
Linux from scratch. Oh,
with the Mountain Dew desktop.
And I read. Oh, hey Ben, here I got a tool for you right here. Now, Ben, hang on. Now, okay. Now, if you hear this sound, right? Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard it.
Okay, if you hear that sound, that means you need to take a break. Okay.
Everybody's picking on my friend Ben. Come on, man.
Hey, you guys want to see my environment?
Sure.
Let me just reboot real quick to Gen 2. I have to get something out of that. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. I'll wait till Ben gets back, and then I'll.
Okay.
It won't take but a minute or two. I'll be right back.
Okay.
We'll see you next week.
I don't know what.
Gen 2, a minute or two with Gen 2, really? Okay. All right. I should knock Gen 2, you know, but.
If I push the screen share button, is there something else I need to do to show it?
No.
Usually a window will pop up saying if
Right.
you want to
You
share
hit
your
screen
app
share,
window.
which it's then it says present to everyone or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm just going with this particular computer doesn't really want to do that. Which there's some other issues with this as well.
All I know is with Chromium does not play well with Hangouts, even on my nice system here. But
my other computer will just fine. I mean,
Okay.
I'm going with there's something in Debian with the media codecs.
it could be.
That's why when my vape says my video is really jerky. That's because Debian is not quite as good with media codecs as it could be. So.
Toss, why do you prefer to use Hangouts on air than just streaming Hangouts through OBS like how Tom does it?
I have noticed if I do it this way, there's less chance of either something going wrong or me doing something wrong or missing. It's just easy.
Yeah.
And since I'm using Chrome, I mean, really, and to be fair, yes, we like to knock Google for the privacy, but this just works. It really does. So.
Yeah.
I've never tried. I actually did a test stream today on OBS on my channel just to see how everything worked. I've never done a Hangouts on air though.
OBS is nice. It takes a while to get it set up. Have you done a tutorial, Tom, on how to set up Hangouts through OBS?
Yeah, I have a couple tutorials on OBS.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured it all out.
Quint, the other reason that I'm able to do mine where I do it is my computer is built specifically for streaming and stream live testing distros. Yeah. I built this thing with 12 processing threads and 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM and 4 gig of onboard video. So I can handle a lot more on my system.
Well, I'm not into building, but I'll make sure that the next computer that I get is at least 4K capable. If it's 4K capable, it should do anything.
Yeah.
I could probably do the same on mine. I have 8 processing threads, and I have 20 gigs RAM.
Yeah, you should be fine. My last computer, where I don't remember if we did any of the Life in Linux dual streaming like that, but that only ran 4 processing threads. That was a i5 3750K.
Why didn't you do the Life in Linux last week?
What's that?
You didn't do the Life in Linux last week.
I was not available last week as far as for me. Yeah.
My last weekend was so totally backwards and crazy. I just that was it. So.
Do you think you'll do it this week?
I don't know. Toss is out. Anyone else want to do it?
I got to get back to Spatry.
I should be able to do it because I don't have school.
So I'll let you know, Tom.
The only reason why I couldn't do it was I couldn't do it in the past because I had school.
Yeah. Ricky, would you have a topic for Life in Linux?
Not that I know of at this time. Sorry.
Do you want to jump on if I come up with a topic on Life in Linux?
Oh, sure. If I'm available.
Okay. So
what time are you thinking of doing it?
We would probably do maybe 8 tomorrow. Tim, what do you have in mind?
You're talking 8 Eastern Standard Time, right?
Yeah, PM. Yeah.
PM. 8 would be a good time for me if it didn't linger way into this time of the night.
Yeah, if I do 7 o'clock.
They usually don't. I think when we do them, they're like an hour or so. I think, Tom, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could be in, Tom.
Okay.
Okay, so Tim could be in. And you said that's 7 your time, 8 my time?
Yeah, that's good for me.
Hey, Toss, you have a good topic we could do.
Trying to think. I know you wanted to do like a year review, like a Linux year or like technology year in review. I'll let you know. I'll let you know about tomorrow night.
Okay.
If I'm available, I'll shoot you an email. Okay, Tom?
All right, but Dan and Tim are definitely good.
For 8 o'clock PM, yes.
I can go too since I don't have school. I have the whole week off next week.
Oh, really?
Wow. Lucky you. Can I get the whole week off of work?
I know.
I don't think our school district's going to have that because they just had 2 days off for the row from snow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But, okay, yeah, so I think 8 o'clock will work for me. So, yeah, I guess Tim, Dan, and Quint, you guys can be on. Any specific topic we want to do?
What did we did what software the last time, right?
Yes, we did what software last time.
I'm trying to think what would be another good thing to do.
Actually, an idea just came to me, Tom.
What do you got?
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh boy.
Why don't you make a topic about the NSA?
Want them to visit us, Ricky.
How is that related to Linux, like Life in Linux?
That might take a little bit too much research.
Yeah.
Here's a thought.
6.
Here's a thought. Okay, I've tried several distros over the course of most of the year that some of them would work and some of them would not work. And I have brand new hardware. We can each go through the distros that we've tried, the ones that worked on our machines, and ones that did not work out.
So Dan's saying not a critique as such, but what, the critiquing of whatever was good for us or what we liked using or whatever, completely separate. What actually worked on our hardware and what did not? Because I've had those issues.
Because that's very, very related to questions I've had. So we can say, what is our hardware? What works? What doesn't? I like that.
That might work. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I think another topic for a future week would be how to stream on YouTube, different options.
Now, some of you may have very old hardware and have some distros that are like, let's say, Debian-based that work great on your machines, because Debian-based machines that use old kernels won't work well on my machine. Ubuntu works great. Mint works great.
Yeah.
Manjaro's just it drops off in the bucket when it feels like it.
Oh, here we go. As Tom Sleepy said, how did you first come to Linux?
I am just writing that down right now because I love that topic.
That's a good idea.
Sam just joined.
And then save the what distro works much hardware for a time Toss can be on too.
Yeah. Yeah, chances are I probably won't be on tomorrow night, because if I jump on with Spatry, then I'll take a break, and then I'm doing a private podcast with my friend, which I'll upload during the week.
Yeah, because
we haven't done nothing in 2 years, me and him. So, but yeah.
Weren't you and Spatry planning to do another news and nonsense?
That's what we're gonna try to do tomorrow. I have to send him an email. It's usually around the same time that you guys want to do it tomorrow. So if we can get our act together, You know, and that's podcast format. I said, but if I get a hold of him, we'll do that. Then I'll take a break, and then me and my friend will get together like later on in the evening. So yeah. But
Toss, Sam is on now.
Yes.
He's in the chat. I don't know if he wants to join.
Yeah, he NSA. Yes, Spatry likes to sing. Everybody loves the NSA. Yes, everybody loves the national. Everybody loves the National Spatry Association.
I would like for him to join, so I could talk to another Fedora user.
Are you going to gang up on us?
Fedora?
He uses Manjaro, doesn't he?
No, Sam uses Fedora. He said it the other day.
Oh,
remember?
Sam, that's right. Yeah. Sam uses Fedora? I don't remember.
He said it the other day, like it was on the
he?
Smart Close. He said it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a fun.
Well, Sam, just come on and join.
Yeah.
Let me see if I got his email. I'll stay on a little bit longer then, I guess. I'm glad I don't have to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, he's on Fedora 29, Mate.
I have his email. All right, Sam, jump on, then we'll chat a little more.
Oh, yeah, let's go for the Mate users.
That's right. Mate Unis rock, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys want to see my desktop environment?
Sure.
Okay.
Is yours XFCE? Isn't that what you said in a previous video?
Oh, it's not just any XFC. This is my environment right here. This is Arch Labs XFCE. It's pretty much an Arch-based system. This is pretty much fairly minimal, as you guys can see right here. I got a PAMIC here, my power status, Bluetooth if I need it, Pulse Audio's right here. I got power options right there. There's my clock. There's my weather thing. There is my workstation switcher. This is where all my tabs are right here. This is pretty much everything right here. I use Evolution. Evolution's one of my favorite email client because I can pretty much sync Evolution, and I don't even know if Tom knew.
Thunderbird for the win.
I don't even know.
Yeah, Ricky, we could use this for another life in Linux.
Evolution.
Yes.
I'm in the Evolution camp.
Yeah, basically, my favorite thing with Evolution is that if I change the calendar, if I put an appointment or something in the calendar on my phone, it will automatically sync with Evolution.
Well, I'm sorry if I'm different from all of you guys, but I use Gary.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's okay.
Because it looks like Apple Mail, and that's what I'm used to.
Well, here's the thing,
use Mac,
Clinton.
yeah.
I
Makes
use
sense.
Thunderbird because I have email that go all the way back to 1995 that's stuck in my email box. And I kind of would like to keep that. And
So yours says you got mail.
yeah, pretty much.
Now,
I just saw something really depressing.
Uh-oh.
I just went into Calendar to add in Tom's chat for tomorrow night, and I'm looking at my Google Calendar. Now, this coming Thursday is Thanksgiving, so of course that's going to say there's a holiday. You're not going to believe it. Friday is marked as a holiday through my Gmail account as a holiday for Black Friday.
A holiday.
Talking about taking to spend money.
Wow. No, I'm serious.
That's money spend.
If I look at my Google
This is a hilarious thing. Did you know that Thanksgiving, what caused Thanksgiving to unilaterally be set at the fourth Thursday of November was specifically to boost consumer shopping on Black Friday? Exactly what said it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah. One of the books I should have out, hopefully by around Christmas, is actually on the origin of all of the holidays. So I'm full of all of them right now.
Then you know the origin of the Christmas holiday and Saturnalia, the sun god,
Well, that's
Roman.
very questionable whether or not that was specifically the case. There's a lot of weird little nuances about how Christmas was set, and it was actually moved around a lot of different ways.
Yes.
What ended up happening, what finally solidified it is literally 40 days after Christmas is when they basically said that was the purification rite for the birth of Jesus. Therefore, you had to go back, and they solidified it, putting there because of the Mosaic law requiring 40 days. It was so totally weird.
Or I think the other theory was based on the celebration of Fedora. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, celebration of Fedora. That was it.
Well, it's kind of weird. It happens right before New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ricky.
So basically, for my environment, it's pretty much very minimal because I am a minimalist. I don't like to have a bunch of things on my computer.
Well, you know, our desktop reveals we can use that for another Life in Linux type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Tom, write that down
right now for my main one. I haven't cleaned my desktop off in a while. That's just about 2-3 weeks worth of videos that aren't done yet.
We'll give everybody a warning to clean up their desktops so they don't have anything they want to reveal.
No problem, Switch. Just grab the Black & Decker blower and clean up.
Yep, that's what I got to do. I cleaned off the other one. The other build's not.
Or just use the gas off your soda pop maker. You know the.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I mean, that's actually what I could do. I can just point my web camera at it because this is kind of mine. I don't think it's going to work well, but there you go.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
So there you go. There you go. That's what I'm looking at right now.
What cam are you using?
This is a Logitech C920.
That's what I have.
That's what we all have.
I got my Garfield over here. I got my home folder right over here. I can just kind of go right into them if I need to. And then I got, of course, my calendar, my weather, and
that's
everything
else.
That's
a good picture for a Logitech.
What's that?
That's a good picture for a Logitech.
Mine is the C270, which is like the cheapest one.
No, I remember that one. That actually had a very built-in mic, an excellent mic, by the way. Yeah.
I think the reason why the picture's so good is because I'm hooked up through Ethernet. Yeah, that's why the picture's so clear.
The one I run is the C615. This is the Kitty Cam, which is about half the price of the other one. It's still 1080p, but the quality's not quite as good.
Well, I'll be getting my mom a TV again. The one I ordered, I must have punched in 20 codes from Xfinity to program it. None of them worked. I'm like, really? In 2018 RCA? So I took it back.
You couldn't get one of those whiz bang do everything remotes that you showed us?
Yeah, I have to keep it simple from Mama. I got to keep it simple. Yeah.
I actually have one of those universal remotes these days from Logitech. You actually have to download an application and create an online account to use it.
Yes.
So if I ever need to change it, I need to re-download it.
I did that for me, but for her, she's used to that one remote from Comcast. It's big number, but literally, my mom's kind of excited, new TV, and we're talking. I'm like, okay, I'll get it in a second. I'll get it in a second. What the? It went back.
Is it one of those Comcast remotes? One of the big remotes?
It was the Xfinity, not the talking one. This is the talking one, which is great. It's the Xfinity XR2, which is easy to program. Hit setup, 5 digits, bang.
Is it one of those ones with like the gray face on it?
It's black, dark black.
It is, okay.
But it's new, and it would not program the RCA. You would think a name like American name RCA.
RCA went to the wayside a long time ago. It's owned by a bigger company.
I wised up. I went back to the Comcast website, and I looked up different brand name codes. Element TV has 3 codes, not 20. Scepter and Hisense are like 2 or 3 codes. So there's no, trying each one, for like a half hour. So I'm going to buy one of those TVs probably because I know the codes are like limited, which is good.
Don't some of those things have kind of like a catch-all code? I mean, like the Xfinity remote, if you can't find the TV make and none of the codes work, isn't there like a catch-all code?
Yeah, but I thought about doing that, but you know what? It was like, it's brand new. I want to get it running. Just type in 5 digits and go. I mean, my Sanyo one took me like 10 seconds.
And if you use one of the catch-all codes, not all of the functions on the remote.
Right, and because it was brand new, yeah, Quint.
This is what we have with our whole audio system. It's called Control 4. It's this really fancy remote that has like a screen on it.
Wow. I think Logitech makes something like that. Yeah. Nice.
Our system is called Control 4, and it's just we have like speakers in the wall and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Logitech makes one for about $279, $300. That's something like that. It's like a full-blown Star Trek thing. It's pretty slick. I don't have that. I have a simpler one.
The reason why it says theater on here, I don't know if you noticed that, but it says theater right there, is because this house has a room. The room next to me has a big projector in it. It's really nice.
Well, then that remote comes in handy. Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Hey, Benny boy.
What?
You want to see my environment?
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I showed the others my environment, but I haven't shown you yet.
Ricky,
You're gonna like this.
Let Ricky talk so his desktop environment stays on screen so Ben can see it.
Yeah. Look at this, Ben.
Oh, Ben.
This, Ben, is my ArchLabs XFC setup. This is a very simple setup. It's not easy. It's very easy to get used to. I got everything right here.
All right, man.
Tom, did you see the screen share I did on my desktop earlier?
I did not see yours now.
I'm going to show it real quick for about 10 seconds here. We'll see if you can guess what it is.
Ricky,
I still got the best wallpaper, though. It's me.
You have the papyrus icons, Ricky.
Okay, Tom, can you see what's there?
Yeah, it looks. I mean, it's the Ubuntu Budgie.
Nope.
No.
It's the Budgie desktop. It's the Ubuntu Budgie wallpaper.
It's a Ubuntu Budgie wallpaper. I'll give you that. I'll give you a hint. Look in the upper right-hand corner at about the 6th icon in from the right-hand side. You, of all people, know what that icon is.
Yes, Linux Mint. You running Linux Mint Budgie?
No, I actually. This is 100% Cinnamon desktop environment.
Oh, really? Okay. So you have it set up just like that. Very good. Yeah, it just has the Budgie feel. Like the wallpaper is definitely from Budgie.
Yeah.
But yeah, the setup is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you were asking me a question, Quint. What was it?
Yeah, you use the papyrus icons, right?
No, I do not.
Which icons do you use then? They look like mine.
Echo.
Hold on a second.
I just use the icons that came from ArchLabs.
But this is the one. Doesn't it look similar though? And this is papyrus.
Not really. No, I mean
it looked a little bit similar to me.
I mean, it could be papyrus, but I'm not really too sure.
It looks like it. Is it papyrus?
Isn't papyrus like a fruit, by the way?
What I use here. Do you want me to show you what I use? I'll pull up.
It looks slick, Quinn.
I need to get a glass of papyrus juice.
So what I use is I use the Arc Solid. I don't like the transparency. I use the Arc Solid shell theme app theme. I use the paper cursors. Or papyrus is actually a fork of the paper icons, but it ties in very well. And then I don't use a shell theme. I just use the default GNOME shell theme because I don't like the papyrus one. And then I haven't changed the sound thing. Like, let me show you what the what the Arc shell theme looks like. I don't like it. Isn't that just? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
How weird that looks to me. And then look at this. This is weird. I don't like any of this. How bright it is.
Yeah, the icon set that I use is the ArchLabs Lite, but I have other icon options.
Tim's got the cooking pan.
I have the GNOME icon set, ArchLabs Dark, AdWata, and High Contrast.
Hey, Tim, make me some scrambled eggs.
I was just going to say...
water, bake a cake.
I was just going to say, Ben's back.
What's the... do you guys know what the difference between the GNOME icon theme and the AdWata one is? Because they both look exactly the same.
AdWata was actually tweaked by the good people at Canonical. I think so, yeah. It's the same. I think the only difference is that they created specific Ubuntu icons. Like in Fedora, you have the GNOME Software Center or whatever it is. in Ubuntu, they have the Ubuntu Software Center. They created their own icon for it.
I have Adwaita by default, though, and that's not the case. GNOME has Adwaita by default now. So let me switch. I can switch to everything. If I switch to Adwaita here, it still shows the regular. See, that's the regular software icon here. So I don't know what the difference is.
So Ben, what did you disappear because you had to run out and reinstall reinstall Mint so you
I was
could
trying to
do something or what?
Something from Gentoo, but all that did was go haystag.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened there.
Oh, it happened twice?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to share my screen.
No, not
Sorry,
exactly.
I thought I was showing. Whoa, what just happened?
Ooh, I took too much Tylenol tonight. Whoa.
Ben, you got to quit using these OSs. I'm gonna knock
I gotta lay off the bourbon.
Guys,
Let me try again. That was weird, but I have no idea.
It's because your screen's on. There you go.
But let me show you what I was talking about. So I thought I shared my screen, but apparently I didn't.
yeah.
This is weird. I don't know what the deal is. Let me switch to a different workspace to see if that fixes the issue. Okay, is the issue fixed now?
Oh, that's better.
Yes.
Okay, so if I should Adwaita is the default though, so I'm curious to what is the difference.
Sam says Quint broke the time space continuum. Yeah, Quint, you broke the time space.
This is not the Ubuntu software icon. This is the original GNOME software icon, and I'm on Adwaita right now.
I don't know, but I think if Ben changes OSs and I hit myself with
Wait,
that
but then there's GNOME. I want to see what.
Just gotta wake up with.
Oh, I just figured out a difference. Look at the terminal icon.
Yeah.
See, it changed. That's the difference. That's like nothing.
Well,
if you had Ubuntu, and I think the Ubuntu branded icons are a part of one of those.
One of the things I'll tell you is my system looks a whole lot worse. Let me switch it back to Papyrus.
Hey, Quint, how long did it take to customize everything? Like a day?
It probably took me about 30 minutes to get everything installed. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I just had to, everything's in, well, Arc is in the repository. Arc is in the repositories, but yeah, Arc is in the repositories, but Papyrus, you have to enable a COPR repo or whatever it is. It's like the PPA for Fedora.
Wow.
The icons mine are straight out of whatever.
Not all icon themes make icons for all programs. Do you have any programs, Quint, that Papyrus doesn't have an icon for?
Yes, I have one program, and it's the one program I've noticed is I have GNOME Machine, which is basically like a screen sharing type thing, and the GNOME Machine settings thing doesn't have a Papyrus icon. That's the only app.
I was actually surprised.
Is my screen shared or not? Let me see. I keep forgetting not to share my screen. Let me show you here.
When I tweaked mine, I was surprised. The Mint Y icon theme and everything.
This is the only icon that did not show up. But every other icon does.
Yeah, you go.
Well, I guess Fontbase doesn't, and Beaker does it, but those icons already look modern, so it doesn't bother me. If it's just a modern icon, it doesn't bother me, but this bothers me because it's all pixelated.
Is it GNOME Machine?
Yeah, for the GNOME Machine, but the regular GNOME Machine has an icon like the connection. Like this is the server, this is the client. The client has an icon, but the server does not.
Okay, so do you know how to fix that though?
I don't think
that's easy to fix. Okay,
I guess the only thing is I could probably make it have the same icon.
No. Here's what you do. You just find that icon, the GNOME Machine for the non-server. Put that into GIMP, since you know how to use GIMP, and just add that little bleep, whatever it is, on the server. And then all you need to do is find the default name for that icon, drop it into the folder, and it will automatically appear. If it doesn't, you can manually set it.
Okay.
Basically, it'll do an icon override.
Yeah,
it doesn't drive me insane.
I think it was on my Debian KDE system because I had a really awesome icon theme on ChiroDoc, but it didn't have an application theme. Like it didn't have an icon for like 2 programs that I really wanted. So I actually just went into GIMP and built them and dropped them into the theme icon file, and that works perfectly.
It doesn't bother me all that much since it's that one little app. Like,
yeah, but
that's
literally a 5-minute fix.
Yeah, FontBase, which is my fonts manager, because I actually have my GNOME shell set to do the Roboto font, which is the material design font. Mm-hmm. So I use it. I don't want a subscription. Go away. Can you see my screen? Hold on.
Yeah.
That better? I don't want a subscription. Go away. But here, I have the Roboto font enabled here, and I have the Ubuntu font enabled. And what's nice about this is that it'll grab the latest version instead of just downloading it and putting it in the fonts folder. This will like auto sync all the versions.
Nice. Now, all you guys in the chat, there'll be a quiz tomorrow. Don't forget. No, just kidding.
Quinn, is that Skype?
What?
That thing you have, that looks like Skype, isn't it? Skype?
This is FontBase.
Oh.
This is a font manager that I use. It's called FontBase.
For a minute there, it looked like Skype.
Might be. Don't you have Skype on there or not?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Here, I can talk to Cortana if you want.
Oh no,
that's
Cortana
cool. Oh,
Skype.
I love Cortana, man.
There it is, right there.
You can disable that, right?
Oh, and here's I have switched to Linux's thing.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go up into the settings, you can disable Cortana.
That's the only thing I have. Yeah. I disabled it, but yeah, it's still here if I want to have a conversation.
Yeah, I had to block Cortana about 5 or 6 times. I don't think she shows up in my list anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason I have Skype is so I can talk to you, Tom. That's the only.
Yeah, Tom. Hey, Syria and Cortana cat fight right there.
Yeah, there you go. I'll let them kill each other and come and pick up the wreckage.
I'm hoping one of the servers will burn up.
This is another thing that FontBase. I don't open FontBase very much, but it doesn't. It uses its own. It looks like a Mac app, doesn't it?
It does. The icons remind me so much of Mac.
Which is where it looks like all they did was they just took the Mac version and then threw it. This is an app image.
Is it easy to theme Mac?
They just took the Mac version, threw it into an app image, and then called it the Linux version.
Can you theme well in Mac? Change themes in Mac, Quint, or is it locked? It's locked. Okay.
You can't do anything except change the wallpaper.
That's all. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, exciting.
But yeah, you can get pretty much every Google font. That's why I use this, is because it's just so nice and it auto updates. But unfortunately, you always get all those prompts because it wants you to upgrade. Yeah, but this is just a really nice. If you guys need a font manager, this is a really nice program, and it works on platforms.
Yeah, it's an app image too, so
nice.
And run on just about anything else.
The only thing is that it's proprietary. It is not open source, but that's all right for me.
Yep. Oh, by the way, I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow, but at some point between now and most likely next month, at any time now, I am going to be hitting 100 subscribers.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Right.
Congratulations.
Well, you'll be able to set your own custom YouTube URL.
If I want to, I don't think I'm going to do that.
You do. You want to.
That's the plus about having 100 subscribers. I have one, and I have no idea who it is. But I have one subscriber. I'll get more once I start doing videos. I just haven't had time.
There we go.
Well, here's the thing, Quint. You're about to get another one because I'm going to subscribe to you right now.
You actually were subscribed to me, but then remember how I changed my name and I created a whole new Google account? Like I changed, remember how it was my real last name before, so I changed it. Oh, it's Noah is who subscribed to me.
Ricky, I just gave you number 100.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Switch.
It's Noah who's subscribed to me.
Nice.
What is Switch to Linux get?
Quint, I'll give you number 3.
Tom, you get a
What?
one-way ticket to Reading, Pennsylvania by bus.
Woohoo! Hey, actually, my editor's not too far from Reading.
What did you say, Tom?
I gave you number 3 on your channel.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks,
That way,
Mark. I appreciate it.
Doing videos out, then I'll be on the ground floor of something, you know.
Yeah,
Make sure to add it to your list of related channels once I start doing videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quint, I kind of went through a name change myself too, and
Yeah.
I kind of struggled with it.
Quint, what's your channel name? Sorry, Quint, what's your channel name?
Quint Berkeley. It doesn't pop up in YouTube when you search for it because I don't have any videos, but just right-click on my name in the chat. Here, I'll put something in the chat.
Just don't accidentally ban him.
Well, I actually had to change my name for one of my Gmail accounts, and it kind of all trickled through everything.
Okay. All right.
Here we go. I put something in the chat, so just right-click on me,
Got it. Okay.
and
yeah,
then you'll find it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Got
But
it.
I have
Okay.
everything else set up. I have links. I have wallpapers set up. I just don't have any videos because I
All right.
haven't had time to do
All
that
right.
yet.
Let's give Quint number 4. There we go. I subscribe.
I created, for those interested, I'm not sure I'll publicize it on my channel quite yet, but I actually did create the accounts for BitChute so nobody steals my name.
Hey, Ricky, throw your name into the type something into the chat so we can get your channel there too.
Oh, sure. No problem.
Plus, Sam, you don't right-click. You click on the little ... thing.
Here, actually, copy link address.
You don't have no videos.
Yeah, I don't.
There's not even a starter one there.
I don't have. I did a test live stream today. That's the only thing I've done.
Do what you did for us tonight with all the desktop tricks.
Give tips. Yeah, tips and tricks. Yeah. Mhm. Keep it short, like 5. You don't have to do them all in one video.
This video's not going to be great.
Getting stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I put in Ricky's channel first. I put in Quint's channel second.
I got Ricky's channel. I just did
Oh,
Quint's.
Sam is never for me. Let me go check.
We have some feedback coming from someone.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah.
So Quint, you changed your name.
It's Quint Berkeley.
Okay, how did you come up with that name?
So it's kind of a funny story, but my best friend, when I first met him, he had no idea what my last name was, so he just called me Quint Berkeley.
That's you know what that sounds like. And now playing for the Cowboys, number 7 quarterback Quint Berkeley. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you how I came up with my name change. I used the phone book.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Quint, are you going to go to Berkeley when you grow up?
What did you say?
Are you going to go to Berkeley when you grow up?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if they'd allow me because I'm a Linux user, not a BSD user.
No, it's Berkeley. You have to be.
Don't worry. I'll call Uncle Guido in Sicily. It's taken care of. Yeah.
How does a place like Berkeley not allow, or why does a place like Berkeley allow an OS on campus that doesn't allow their users to hug one another? I don't get it. Or does that not count for the trees?
I don't know.
Oh, Steven Anderson is on Windows 10.
Oh, nice, nice. Hey, Windows, yay! Someone who got real.
Where's my frying pan?
I refuse to get on this channel with a Windows computer.
Wait, hold on. I have my Mac, which I use as a head smasher. So here we go.
Kind of like the frying pan.
Here's the
I don't have
difference.
anything to smell.
I found out I can't use my water bottle to hit my head with because I dent my water bottle.
This
Well, I
frying
have a
pan.
plastic water bottle, so I can
There
just.
we
that
go.
doesn't
But that's
matter.
the safest one. Yeah.
This
I
frying
got
pan.
a coffee
cost
mug, but I'll leave a
$1,000.
lump.
My frying pan was drastically less than $1,000. So don't wreck the Mac, okay?
Yeah, really.
Daniel,
Yes.
do you ever close that door? I feel like that door is always open behind you.
I don't have a reason to close it.
That's where he keeps the bodies. I mean,
no, that door goes directly out to the bathroom and the living room,
and right out to the pink Cadillac he owns. Yeah, right.
I'm the only one that lives here.
Okay.
Okay.
Android, the National Linux standard.
I actually used to close my office doors when I wasn't working and keep the cats out, but in this new place, I just keep everything open because it's just so much nicer.
Yeah, I always close my 2 doors over here. Because I have other people. My family is in this house.
Are those sliding doors like this?
Yeah, they're pocket doors.
You need to put like on Star Trek a sensor so the door slide open and close. That would be so.
Yeah, there's the room across from here. These are sort of the 2 bonus rooms in this house. I'm in the basement of my house right now. There's the theater room I was talking about where I got this remote, and then there's this room, which is my brother's Xbox room. But as you can see, there's an Xbox in the background.
Yeah, I thought I saw something back there.
But he never uses it, so I just claim this room for myself.
If there's any noise coming from out that door, my 38's coming out of my desk drawer.
And hey, Tom.
What's that?
I've noticed this with Apple. I've noticed that with the company as a whole. I've noticed that ever since Steve Jobs passed, I noticed the company has just gone into a terrible direction.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky, so what do you think about this right here? Look. Those are the only 2 ports I have. Do you think Steve Jobs would approve of that?
No.
I don't think so. I mean,
count that.
the thing about the products that he put out, he put them out for the common everyday user. I mean, he wouldn't approve of those 2 ports. He would tell that company, put those USB 3.0 ports right onto those things.
Yeah.
He made his stuff more humanity friendly.
Yeah, he did.
Like the original Apple TV is great, but then all the other Apple TVs after that are garbage.
And another thing that Steve Jobs did very well is when he came back to Apple in 1997, he wanted the company to go into a very good direction because before he came back, Apple was doing very terrible.
They were 90 days from being bankrupt.
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons why they called him back.
You know, Steve Jobs gets a lot of credit for what he did with Apple. But you know what? One of the big things that he did with Apple is when he walked in the door, he literally scared people to death when he walked back in the door. Now, some can argue, is that a good thing? Well, yeah, the company's worth $1 billion. They've had great product innovation. I think all of their stuff sucks. That's my personal opinion.
I agree with you.
I'll never. Yeah. I mean, it's good stuff, but when you take the usability, the price, the lifespan of the product,
it's a mismatch. Yeah.
If they suck. You know,
I have no update on Steve Jobs' jeans, by the way. Somebody asked.
But
Tim, the only reason why you have this Mac is for school.
Yep.
Well, the one thing about Apple, and the one reason why they're still in business, and me and Switch to Linux both agree on this, is Apple has always and will be one of the best education manufacturers for computers. That's the only reason why they're still in business.
I'm not sure they still are.
I think Chrome
I don't
OS
think they are anymore at all.
Yeah,
Chrome OS is starting to take a huge share, and on top of that, Apple is. I mean, face it, guys. Apple is no longer a computer maker. Plain and simple.
They're basically going into the same direction Microsoft's going.
If they would not have come up with the iPod and the iPod transition into the mobile devices, the iPhone, they would have continued to flounder.
Yep.
They just would have. If it wasn't for the iPod,
it was timing.
Yep, it was timing. The iPod hit at the right time, at the right place, and then when you got convergence of mobile music devices with a mobile handset, the iPhone took off. That's the only reason that they're around. Period. If they were to base their longevity on the revenue that they get from notebook and desktop sales, they would be in the gutter.
Well, the iPod, and then each cut off the music they sell, they get a cut. I mean,
iTunes was a huge piece too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. They did everything right when they rolled out their music thing. They rolled it out right. They did it.
So one of the things is I formed a speculation on Apple and on the relationship with Apple and Linux. So you know how all the new Macs, they don't let you boot Linux on them. They block that.
Yeah.
So I figured this is what I think. I think Apple is honestly just kind of scared of Linux because I think they think that Linux is going to take them over. Like for example, all the way back in the early 2000s, Steve Jobs offered Linus Torvalds a job to work on the kernel in Mac OS, and he declined it. And I think the reason he did that is because he wanted him to forget about Linux.
No, he did it because the minute he walked in the door and started working on the kernel underneath the Apple umbrella, that means that Apple would own a certain amount of the
feedback from someone.
I honestly just think that Apple and Linux just they just don't have a very good relationship.
Yeah, I think Linux terrifies Apple. That's why it's so hard to get anything to work well with an Apple device. It's doable.
And the other thing is Apple copies a lot of features from Linux desktop environments. Like for example, Mac OS Mojave has the thing where the desktop will change during the day. GNOME has had that for a while now. They're just copying all sorts of stuff from Linux desktop environments, and they're saying they're the ones who invented it when it comes from that desktop environment.
Well, we did a survey, Quint. Was it last month, guys, on the National Linux Desktop name, and what did we pick?
And,
it was
Andromeda OS.
There we go. I still like it.
I voted 1, remember? I said
okay, yeah. That's right, yeah.
When you use that word Andromeda, it takes me right back to that movie way back in the 60s, the Andromeda Strain.
That was the 70s, actually, the 71.
70s?
Yeah, it was a good movie. I still think it's a cool name, Andromeda. Yeah. I mean, you can't use Galaxy because of the phones. Universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Sleepy just said, if you need a Mac for school, just ask Ben how to build a Hackintosh.
Okay, where's that pan, Tim?
I just wouldn't buy a new one, but it's
I think the technology person at school who looks at all the computers would get so mad at me if I did that. So I'm not even gonna try.
Here's the funny part, though. Is that the boss for school. Do they assume that every family can afford a $1,000 computer for a kid? That's a bad assumption.
Well, it's a private school, so there is a tuition.
Okay, well, maybe that's...
Okay.
This is where the Chromebook's going to walk over the Apple product.
I already told you. So let me tell you the reason why. Is there's a special assistive technology software that a lot of kids at my school use that only runs on Windows and Mac. That's the reason why they haven't done Chromebooks, but they use all the other Google services.
No, Chrome OS has an education-based chat app that is going to be rolled out before the start of the 2021-2022 school year. They actually have a chat infrastructure that is going to be used for the educator and the kids. And it is administrated, it can be administrated by teachers and the administration of the school.
So is that a live chat or is that a...
Yes. It's going to...
Maybe we should do another discussion. Is that even worth having it? I mean...
Yeah, we have something called...
Okay. I was a former educator. Any of the rest of you guys a former educator?
No.
In a professional setting? All right.
Spend a lot of time in a classroom. I'd rather be in a classroom.
Don't have time to live chat with our students. There's no time for this crap.
And it cuts,
the thing about having 25 students on the screen and administering the class that way.
I don't think there's any place for online education, to be quite frank with you. I mean, all of the colleges that have online education, if you want to take a class online, that's great. But you need to first and foremost expect the idea that one-on-one class or one-on-one instructor time is going to be quite a bit detrimented because of taking online classes. They would have
to. I mean, there's pros, there's cons. We did, obviously, like where I did the hard sciences, where we had online chemistry, almost impossible to do because it's like you got to have labs and things like that. And what we did, how we handled those is we brought the students in from wherever they were for a weekend and just plowed through literally 12 labs in a weekend, which was insane. Like, think one chemistry lab, right? Imagine 12 of those in one weekend. Fortunately, it was Gen Chem, so it wasn't exactly hard. But then we had, there's other things that you can do viably. My brother did his entire degree on online schooling, which, and frankly, if you watch his Twitch channel, he does amazing good work. He learned his stuff. So it's possible in some circumstances. And then there's cases with cyber school, which isn't super bad, where you're basically doing a chat like this with everybody in the room, which also can be just as fine. It's just we put too much emphasis on self-directed. We put too much emphasis on learning and grading technologies. And it's like the online homework platforms is the absolute worst thing about all online education, because it doesn't teach you the process. And the answer is not the end goal of education. The process is the end goal of education.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And no online homework at all teaches you a process. Only teaches you the final answer.
Yep.
So, Tom, we use a thing called Google Classroom, which is basically like an online home. It's basically, that's what it is. It's an online thing to view assignments.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it even like being an educator? Like, what do you have to go through?
Psychologist. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Depending on what you're doing. Now, of course, I resigned from teaching almost a decade ago when online education was just kind of starting. So as in online education, if you're doing courses specifically online, you have a lot of forum work, a lot of communication with students online. So a chat type application could be a good thing, but you always have to be there. And no teacher has time to have a chat room constantly up and open. It sounds great for the papers. It sounds great for the budget makers. It sounds great for everybody, but in practice, it's.
Did your students email you?
Yes. So
yeah, that's what I do with my teachers. I just email them.
Yeah, and that's usually the best thing because I'll have set office times. They know if I have these office hours, that's likely when they're going to get an answer back. I might get answers at other times as well. So in classroom stuff, what you're talking about with Google Hangouts sounds like an LMS, which is a learning management system, where they put the assignments there. You can interface directly with those. You can upload, download homework, things like that. So we use those types of things, which honestly were more of a pain than they were worth. We'd put notes up there. I'd put links to the lectures up there. I would have, I'd record the lectures and have the slides and have the audio available up there. That's kind of what we did.
You did college, right?
Yes.
I couldn't imagine you doing like a kindergarten class.
Well, I actually taught Sunday school for 3rd through 5th grade for a number of years too. So I have a lot of experience around the entire spectrum of education. Of course, I spent most of, I've almost 2 decades now I've been mentoring youth. So
you just don't seem like that kind of guy who would teach like a elementary school.
It's interesting. If you'd like to hear, I actually have some of those teachings are recorded. If you want to hear some of those, actually, I think some of them might be.
It would be fun seeing Tom trying to teach a bunch of ruly kids. Okay, today I told you to be quiet.
We did have a case.
Today's class is on Debbie. What I told you.
Yeah, we did have a case where we had, I think, like 25 or 30 3rd through 5th graders, and it was just like. I sent an email out to parents. I said, I need at least one parent just to do crowd control.
I feel like the issue is that you would start raging.
No, actually, I'm a fairly calm person. Just
you know what I would have done?
This is more of a
if I was a teacher, like whatever, 5th grade, and it was at the end of the year, and I was quitting, and hadn't told anybody, the last day of school, the last week, I would bring a box of food fight, just throw them at the kids like this and just have a blast for the last day I've worked there, you know. But
unfortunately, though, the last day of classes is not the last day.
You would get fired, Toss.
I know, but I'd be quitting, so it wouldn't matter.
On the way out.
Yeah, really. But here's the thing, though. I mean, it would be like not like hard food, safe food. But here's the thing: it would be a mess. I would be disciplined, but I bet you all the kids, no, we want him back. He was so cool. Toss is great. Toss was tossing us food. Get it? You know.
Get fired because some poor entitled kid would get a cut eye from mashed potatoes or something.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what can we throw that's safe? Okay, like water balloons.
From my time frame, it seemed like it would be easier to get younger kids to settle down much easier than the older ones, because the older ones always wanted to buck the system.
No, you need a teacher sitting at their desk with one of these.
Yeah, that's it.
It was every day somebody went to the principal's office and got expelled.
Yeah. Today we're going to teach you how to fry bacon.
There's a lot of annoying kids at my school, though. Really? And I already told you, Tom, that my teacher, my homeroom teacher, looks very similar to you.
Oh, boy.
It's a funny thing. But I think he doesn't like it when I say that you look like him because he's a Mac user.
And he's probably really that guy who doesn't like Mac. Really, thanks.
I don't like Macs, but I got one down here. I mean,
he's like,
okay.
Not a lot.
Yeah, he's a big Apple guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam just.
We're getting a lot of noise in the background.
I know. Is that you, Sam?
I think that was Sam. Hi, Sam.
What's up, Sammy boy? Hey.
Hi, Sam. It's good to have another Fedora user on the chat.
Oh, man, I think the Fedora users are going to gang up. All right, Tim, you're on my side.
Then we got 2 brains in the chat, and we're looking like morons over here. Great.
I see Matthew Moore's in the chat. I asked him if he caught the Mousesaurus last night.
Yeah, I know.
Well, okay, send Matthew Moore the invite. Matt, just get on the Google chat, point the camera toward the room so we can watch you guys chase this mouse. That sounds fun.
But we'd have to have the Benny Hill theme song playing in the
background. Wait, he chased a mouse last night?
Oh, he was on the chat last night. All of a sudden
caught it in a water bottle or whatever.
A Tupperware container.
Tupperware. God, I'll never think of Tupperware the same again.
It was like you heard
that's why I got. I mean, that's why I got. Where's he at? Cats over there, right? The kitty will go catch the mouse.
Yeah.
One.
Are you kidding? The way that cat's got, you catch him yourself. I'm sleeping.
Yeah. He looks like he's ready to spring into action.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
It was funny last night, Ricky. We were on.
I'm all over this, man. I'm all over this.
Matt was talking. We were chatting about stuff. All of a sudden, you heard this series of like yells or screams come from the background. Muffled. All of a sudden, he's like, "Oh, hang on!" And he comes back about 5 minutes later with a Tupperware container with a live mouse in it. A live freaking mouse.
A live mouse.
And I put food in Tupperware too. And I'll never think. Every time I'm going, oh God, really, Matt? I'll never think of Tupperware the same.
Toss.
Yes.
Noah wants to join.
I'm actually going to wrap this up here soon. It's after midnight. I'm looking at the clock.
Yeah, it's 12:09.
Yeah, a little bit late. I'll stay on a few more minutes.
It's only 10 for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sam, I am a Fedora user.
I know you are, but I was wondering who else was.
Oh, I don't know if there's anybody else. What do you run? You run Mate, right, Sam?
Yeah.
I'll just let Quint and Sam take over the show for the next 10 minutes or so, and I'll just chill.
I run GNOME because my system, I have a pretty high spec system, so I could run GNOME, and this is what my theming looks like here.
I was running GNOME, but now I'm on Mate.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Mate too, but GNOME is the best workflow for me because it looks a lot like Mac.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, GNOME does lots of caching, and so that's why it uses so much RAM.
I like Steve's comment, and the mouse looked at the camera and said, "Hey, I'm on Total OS today. Cool." Yeah, right. I'm sure it said that.
Let me check.
So I have a question for the Fedora folks.
Okay.
Either Sam or Quinn. So
yes.
Back, I think the last time I even tried looking at Fedora, and it was probably before I'd learned that this could solve most problems for me. I think when I tried Fedora, it had to have been like, I don't know, 20, 21, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Do you still have to go through all of the headaches of downloading all the multimedia codecs, all the crap? Do you have to still go in and add the repositories like the RPM Fusion stuff?
Unfortunately, the multimedia codecs and the RPM Fusion stuff you still have to enable, but I did that. But here, let me show you. There's a new thing. I think it came out in Fedora 20. Was it 20? I think it's 29 or it's 28.
Tim prefers the frying pan package.
I can't remember, but they have a way. Tim, they have a way now where you can go in the software repositories. I assume you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
In the software repositories, there's this new third-party repositories thing. And this will let you get Google Chrome, the NVIDIA driver, and Steam, and whatever. I'm not sure what this is. But you can do this all, and it's all pre-installed, so you just have to enable it.
Okay, now my next question is, okay, now I'm looking at Fedora's homepage here, okay? And I'm not trying to rag on the Fedora people whatsoever, because I think it's got to be a fairly decent distribution. It's been around forever. But it says choose freedom, choose Fedora. Right underneath of that, it says less setup, more innovation. Choose a flavor of Fedora streamlined for your needs. Okay, now for me, I can go down the technical side, not like a lot of people on this chat or the people viewing us tonight. But when it says less setup, that means that I should be able to install the OS, throw in a couple of apps that I use on a day-to-day basis, and I should be able to play a DVD right out of the box. Or I should be able to stream I should be able to play an MP3 song right out of the box.
I honestly, I've never really thought about that, but that is misleading.
I would say big time, especially, the first thing people are going to see, like me, I'm going to read the distribution's mission, who are they geared towards?
RPM Fusion is really easy to enable. You just download it.
Feedback. Wait, someone. Okay, go ahead.
Whoever is using speakers.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Quinn. Yeah.
RPM Fusion is very easy to enable. You just go to the website rpmfusion.org and you just download the I'll show you. You just download the RPM file that enables the repository. So
I've done that.
You guys can see my screen. All you do is you just go to enable and then you just download whatever there's a graphical thing that you just download in RPM. And then for the multimedia codecs, you just look up GStreamer, that's what the codec thing is called, right? And then you just install all this stuff. That's all I do is you just install
all of them.
Yeah, except this. You don't need this eSpeak thing or this debug thing, but you install all the things that have multimedia in front of them. You should get everything good to go.
That is awesome, and hats off to you guys. People that use the OSs that requires this type of work. Me, I'm old and lazy. Okay, Quint. I'm old, lazy, and fat. Okay.
Well, you rather want to use Gentoo, Arch, or Slackware.
I would rather just do the installer.
Yeah.
And when the installer says, "Hey,"
yeah, what Quint is describing, I had to go through that testing. It was just a little bit too much. It's my channel's geared more towards newbie / beginner, and to me, that was a bit much. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little bit much.
Yeah. I think you would have to be intermediate.
At least, yeah.
Maybe beginning intermediate.
Maybe.
You latch onto that.
It's doable, but not for newbie.
There's a website called Compute Freely that has a bunch of Linux distributions on it, and it will show you whether it's advanced, intermediate, or basic.
Okay.
And Fedora is intermediate, which I agree with.
Quint, I want to show you something. This is a Linux artifact. This is a Fedora 4 CD.
Okay.
It's that old.
Was it when it was still called Fedora Core?
I think.
Yes.
Because it used to be called Fedora Core. I know
I
that.
have the machine that runs it in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
It's an i386 disk.
Okay. I'm going to tell everybody here in the chat. I'm going to give. Let's give about a 5-minute warning here. I'm going to wrap this up.
Come on, why is
Yeah. Go to bed.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5-minute warning.
If you missed anything, play back a lot of good information for Fedora.
So this website right here,
Compute freely, yeah.
Freely. It has all the stuff about. It shows you what, like, if it's beginner, advanced. Like Arch is obviously advanced, and the Ubuntu is obviously beginner.
Go to Manjaro real quick. Go to Manjaro. I want to see what it says.
I think Manjaro is beginner.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
Manjaro's more intermediate.
Wow.
There's some stuff I don't agree with. Like, for example, CentOS. I don't. Where is CentOS? It's on here somewhere, but it says CentOS is advanced. Yeah, but it's really all. It should be intermediate. It's as easy to configure as Fedora is.
Yeah, but CentOS, the way that they may be looking at that, Quint, CentOS is geared towards the server side of life.
Yes.
And when you take take the realm that the distribution is going to sit in, and even though it might be as easy to set up as Fedora, when you put it into the server realm, that's a whole other basket right there. That could be
I've
the reason
never
it
had
says
any
that.
issue. I've installed a desktop on it. It's fairly simple.
Mm-hmm.
I would not trust this website if it said Gentoo was beginner.
I don't trust Manjaro being beginner.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I don't know. I think Manjaro is pretty easy. I list it as a possible distro.
I got the new Manjaro 18, and it's like they had tested it, put a bunch of software in it, and then manually ripped it out and left bits and pieces of it in it.
I haven't tested 18, so maybe that's.
I couldn't install the Mumble server in it. I couldn't install DaVinci Resolve in it because there was pieces of that in it. I couldn't. There was a bunch of stuff I couldn't install because I had to go into folders and delete a file.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last time I did was right before Manjaro 18 came out.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I'm going to bed, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Look at.
All right. Good night.
Good night, Ricky.
Take care, Ricky.
Thanks, Ricky.
Here, look at this. Oh, I spelled beginner wrong. Okay, now this website cannot be trusted. Look now.
Was it got Enter Ghost is listed as beginner?
Yeah.
Wow.
But look,
you just modify
so now
it.
this website cannot be trusted because Gentoo is now a beginner distro.
Oh God.
I saw you modify the code.
Yeah, I just did a second.
All those guys are going to come to my web. Hey, Taz, what about Gentoo beginner? I'm like, hey, talk to Quint. He knows it, not me.
I'll tell you,
That's
any
funny.
newbies watching this right now, this is a joke. Gentoo is not a beginner distro.
Yes, but that's funny.
Don't use Gentoo.
Not a secure website, is it?
Wait, it's not a secure website? I thought it was a secure website.
It is. HTTPS.
Yeah, it's Let's Encrypt.
Oh.
I know one of the websites, Tom, remember the VPN setup script that I use? It's called PyVPN. It's designed for a Raspberry Pi. And, but it works on all distros. And the issue
Feedback.
is their website. Somebody's feedback is on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But their website is not secure, and there's a whole bunch of code on it that could be easily hacked. Here, let me screen share.
Probably use a different system then. I mean,
if you look here, see this command right? You see this command right here?
Yeah.
This website is not secure, and this could easily be changed to a malicious script. I've looked through this here. It is just, it links to a GitHub. Yeah, it links to a GitHub script here, but this could easily be changed to something malicious, and not many people check that.
Scroll down on that page a little bit for me. Just keep going. Pretty quick. Okay. Yeah. I've used a different one, I thought, in the past. I don't think that's the same one I've used.
This is designed for the Raspberry Pi, but it works on all Debian-based distros.
Mm-hmm.
And look, that it even says right here, it even talks about Let's Encrypt right here.
Yeah, and they're not running
secure.
Kind of hilarious. Scroll back up to the top of that. I want to see the script again.
It's just piping to bash. And it makes you run it as root. I can't remember if that's the one I talked about in my video or not. I did my video on building a VPN a while back. It doesn't make you, it doesn't ask for root privileges immediately, but it will once you run the script. So this is basically just piping bash, then it could be a malicious script. So the PiVPN developers need to change this. And this is a GitHub Pages site too. And all GitHub Pages sites have SSL. What they do is, I know what they need to do. What you have to do is you have to remove, you basically have to disconnect the domain from the site, then re-add it, and then it'll add HTTPS. That's what I had to do on mine.
Yeah, you might use the email form and ask them why their site is not secure.
Somebody already opened an issue for that.
Oh, what are they saying about it?
Let me just go here. So
I'm wondering if they maybe I'm wondering
here,
if they set up a certbot to keep it up to date.
Yep. See, this is what see. Look right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when was that? September 10th? Somebody?
Yep. And nobody's done anything about it.
I bet that it originally was encrypted with an SSL, but they didn't set up certbot right, so it didn't keep it up to date.
GitHub Pages should set that automatically.
All right, let me give this a 2-minute warning. Welcome to the Total Hack Tonight show.
Okay.
Total hacking tonight, but any last-minute questions or comments? And I'm going to go to bed soon, so we'll wrap this up.
Okay, my thing is doing the weird
The time travel, yeah.
But anyways,
I'm going to let you gentlemen close this out. I'm going to go and put my frying pan to bed.
Okay.
I will. Next time I see Ben, I will make sure.
All right, Tim. Keep in touch. Okay, bud.
I will. Tom, I'll see an email from you tomorrow. Carmine, I will talk to you tomorrow or Monday.
Okay, bud.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's getting late. I gotta be up really early in the morning too.
Do you? Okay, I do not. That's why I stayed up a little bit later for tonight.
I have to go to 9 o'clock church.
Oh,
also.
You gotta get up too. Oh no! Oh no! We kept you up.
Ours is 9:30 though. I have an extra half hour to sleep in.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, you enjoy that 9 o'clock church, man. That's important stuff.
Very own will be on at 9 tomorrow
I
morning
actually
too.
like 9 o'clock church because my church is 9 and 11:15.
That's why we go to the early one so that we actually have a Sunday left.
Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock once we get out of the 11:15.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a really long mass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like 1:30ish, but it is pretty long.
Okay. Anybody in the chat who came in late, you can replay this. We started about what,
8:30. It was 8. Or it was 9. Yeah, it was 9.
9:45, I think, something like
so
that.
So it's been a while.
I know. We had a lot of guests.
And remember, I got off at 10:30, and then realized.
Man, you've been in it for 3 hours.
Wow, yeah. I guess so. A lot of good information. I wasn't expecting Fedora experts, Sam and Quint, to come on.
But then we already had remember the 20,000 sub stream, Tom? That was longer. We were on there until like 2 a.m.
Really? Wow.
We started at 10.
We started at like, what, 10 or 11 or something?
It was 10.
I've done a 6-hour stream, and that's a bit much.
6 hours? Holy crap.
I've done 6 hours.
My.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember. And
well, there was people coming in late, and there was people donating and doing these. So I stayed on. I mean, I feel bad to leave, but. And by the way, Dan, I got the email notification. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, the 6 hours is a bit much. Yeah.
Yeah.
It went fast and it was fun. Yeah. I think when there's a lot of good information and conversation, it does go fast. You lose track of time. So, but when I started yawning like 20 minutes ago, so that's when it's my cue to, yeah. Anyway.
Somebody's echo is on.
That might be me.
Okay.
Do you not have headphones, Tom? Or he doesn't have headphones?
Not right now, no. I'm in my lazy mode.
These headphones hurt so bad, I still keep them on. These are not super comfortable headphones.
I was gonna say, well, they make lighter ones like this,
I actually won these at a Secret Santa at church.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So that's why they're not very comfortable.
Well, Quint, these are actually Sony headphones, and they're not very expensive. They're less than $20. They got a really long cord, but they're not completely noise canceling, so you can hear outside around you.
Yeah, I can hear outside too.
Yeah.
But these don't have as much squeeze on your head.
Right, yeah.
I don't wear headphones all that often.
Oh, I do when I'm cooking, because when I'm cooking, I like to listen to music, and when I'm listening to music, I like it loud.
Well, ever since I got my new Motorola with the front-firing speaker there, this speaker puts out a lot of sound.
Yeah, my Pixel is like that too, and I assume...
Oh, it's got the front speaker?
Yeah, Tom's
cool.
Nexus is like that too. Obviously, his mic is muted.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But yeah. Honestly, now that I think about it, the Pixel 2, that's what I have. It doesn't really support ROMs and all that, so I may end up downgrading because I want to run Lineage and get out of Google.
Okay.
I may downgrade to the 5X.
Wow, we're all running from something.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight. Check out Life in Linux tomorrow night. I don't think I'll be on, but the 8 o'clock switch?
8 o'clock, yeah. Looks like Joe will probably jump on with us, too.
Okay, cool. Then
Ricky and Joe.
Yeah, I'll jump on, and then...
Yeah, if something changes, I'll jump on, but right now I'd have to say no. Yeah.
Dan, can you jump on?
Yeah, I can jump on for a couple hours.
So there you go. Again, if you missed any of this, wait till this finished processing on YouTube, and then just play it back in the beginning. So.
And Sam, if you want to jump on too, I don't know. You don't watch Switch to Linux all that much, do you?
Not really.
You should because his Friday night news is the best thing. We all get our nice raging on Friday nights.
Fun.
No, Sam's more into the smart clothes thing. He's not into the other stuff. That's
Friday nights, you need to have your blood pressure medicine handy.
Yeah. I'll do the news late, like after the regular show Friday nights. Yeah, but
honestly, my granddad's a doctor, and when I replayed, or he was watching when I was watching it one time, and he said that guy's gonna have a heart attack.
Okay, well there you go.
No, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you have the cat. That's a plus.
Yeah, that's like a soothing.
Yeah, and actually, what's hilarious? So you can tell him that I actually. I mean, I'm such a crazy nerd. I actually have blood pressure cups, and I'm not diabetic, but I do have a blood sugar kit in here as well. So I do that kind of stuff on a regular basis, just keep baseline. You can tell him my blood pressure is exactly where it should be, 120/80. Perfectly fine. So that's that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still need to get my Switch to Linux sweatshirt. I haven't done that yet.
Well, it's too warm in Georgia.
Yeah, it is warm though. I'm sweating.
Yeah.
And our basement is like 10 degrees cooler than upstairs.
You can do a t-shirt too. I mean.
Yeah, I'll get a sweatshirt because I like the sweatshirts. And what is the difference? I was looking on there. There's a men's premium sweatshirt, and then there's a men's sweatshirt. What is the difference?
My guess is the price.
What do you have?
Well, Premium has a built-in Bluetooth, right? No, just kidding.
This one's the hoodie. So, and I forget which one, but the difference is probably one of them is probably a higher end. Like my one Linux shirt is American Apparel, the other one is Hanes.
Yeah,
so,
I think that's what I think. The higher end one is the lower end one is Hanes. I think from what I remember.
Yeah. So that's what the sub to the cat T-shirt that I have. That one's Hanes. The other primary Linux one is American Apparel.
Welcome to the Toss Today shopping channel for this evening. I sell Teespring. I got Teespring. Yeah. Check below in the links. I got Teespring.
Do you which do you like better, Tom? Do you like Teespring or Spreadshirt better?
I went with Spreadshirt for reasons that Teespring seems to get involved in the politics end of things. And I don't want the T-shirt provider to get in the middle of politics. So I sent an email to YouTube saying, hey, the only option you have to link merchandise is through Teespring. Give me more options. Because I don't want to deal with them because they have categories on one end of the spectrum but ignore categories on the other end of the spectrum. And
I've noticed that only Teespring appears below, like there's no Spreadshirt.
That's because YouTube has a deal specifically with Teespring, but they don't have any agreement with anybody else.
Yeah, I got a notification to link my Teespring account with YouTube. I'm like, okay. I don't know about the politics, I'll be honest. It was just a matter of convenience, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I looked into them, and it seems that the two best providers for merch for channels our size are Teespring and Spreadshirt.
Okay.
But I'm looking over their different sites. Teespring has some politics going on that I don't like.
Okay.
And so
I know. I believe a lot of giant million subscriber YouTubers they have their own merch shop.
Yeah, there is one better than those two, but you have to have at least 50,000 subs to get into them.
What is this?
I forget the name of them. I have to find it again. But once you get up to that level, I might switch to a different provider. But they want to make sure people have 50,000.
All right. I'm going to spread myself to bed because I'm tired. So everybody have a great night, a good weekend. Quint, it was great having you. Nice meeting you. So I'll catch you next time. Maybe give us some more tips next time.
Mugen said someone just needs to end it or Quint will keep you going.
It's all good. It's all cool. So
hey, I'm still up,
Yeah.
You go to bed at 2 a.m., right?
I do, yeah. I try and get there a little early.
I was doing that, but that got to me after a while. Yeah, it was a bit
What
much.
time do you wake up usually then?
Tomorrow I'll get up between 8:15 and 8:45.
So you don't get a ton of sleep.
Yay.